WIDX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Good morning. Wow. It's Friday. It looks nice out. There's actually sunshine. We're not used to that.
It's already warm in here.
It's already warm in here. And the comedian this weekend at Fat Cats Comedy Club is already in studio, Gemini.
I already love this guy.
Oh, you're going to love Gemini. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's not just comedy. I want whoever's listening out there. It's something you don't see every day. Ventriloquism. I got puppets that are wild. Some puppets that nobody else has. That you wouldn't allow me to bring into the studio. And you said, you wing it. Okay. But we didn't. We respect the rules. But please, if you want to come out and see a different kind of a show, funny, and, and I'm pretty good. I won a couple
listen.
Right.
You won a couple of
awards and stuff for ventriloquism, but I didn't do it. It's an art, and if people don't know what it is, it's the art of throwing your voice. Now I started in New York City, Central Park, which I don't think was the best place to start. Actually, I mean, in Central Park, you really don't know who's doing ventriloquism and who's just talking to themselves, but
that's a very good point.
Yes, I'm so looking forward to this weekend.
You were here, by the way. It's he'll be at Fat Cats. It's the last weekend, the last weekend of shows before the summer and in fall. And you were here. How many? Boy, it was 20 years ago.
I had almost. It was over 15.
Yeah.
Yes, when when the world was all happy.
I know.
Back then, and comedy clubs were just packed. It was like
it's a different world.
Oh my, yeah. Now and the comedians, you're almost tying people's hands behind their head with you can't say this. You're upsetting this. You can't do this. You can't walk there. My God, he did a face when he said that.
Yeah, that's right.
It's that's why I do all the things that you will get upset at people.
Yes,
it comes through the puppet, so it's not me.
That's right.
You
that's
understand?
right. Yeah. You didn't say it.
I didn't, and I have all kind of races of different puppets, and see what race you are, and if that's what you sound like.
It is so. I mean, it's like today you got to get people to sign a form that they're not going to turn around and sue you or something. I mean, people get offended over everything today.
It used to be just the women that you brought back to the room. Now everybody's got to sign. Everybody's got to sign.
Everybody. So you did really start in Central Park?
Yes, yes. I was I was part of I don't know how to say this. I worked for ABC back in New York.
Yeah.
I was in the union. I would drag around cables for this soap opera, One Life to Live, and I, bring the cables. But this union was always going on strike. I don't know what it's like, out over here, but always on strike.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it anymore. I was getting crazy because they all march. They got the rat. People throw things at you. And you're right next to a bar. Ever look at those marches? Right behind the rat is the entrance to the bar. You understand? And that's what we do. But and all for a month we're drinking things. But here's the electricians over here. Here's the sound and lights for Central Park. Right, drunk on the floor. I told them, and I did ventriloquism ever since I was a little kid. Yeah. And we got the hat out. And we went to the park with the light guy and the sound guy, and I put the hat down. I paid the drug guys, to watch the hat. 1/3 of the hat went to them every day. They were like the best security.
Right, right. Because you don't mess with them.
I know.
Right.
It was awesome for a little while.
Yeah.
But I have stories. I don't know how much time you want me
We're
to say.
hanging right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I got stories here's one just for you, because they were run by the Jamaican people as well, the smoke the pot people. So he was able to, I would bring a whole big crowd of people around, and I had my sound guy, my lights, and he was security. And all of a sudden the ABC guy comes out, and they're all laughing. Management's all laughing, and then they see it's ABC equipment. You know, it's out there, and they start flipping out because there's all these things you're supposed to sign. Meanwhile, all the guys are on strike, and they're doing it over there with me. And so all of a sudden, he says, "Look, by law, you got to have security here, you know, for the ABC equipment to be out over here."
Right.
So he tells me, and I go over to the Jamaican guy, and I go, "Look, we're gonna lose this." I go, "You gotta, when I say 3, I'm gonna wave to you. All you little, you know, drug guys out there selling the thing, they gotta raise their hand and pop out. You know what I mean? So we make like this. Go, we ain't gonna be able to do this." So I run over to the thing. I look over. The management's all pissed off. They're all coming over. They're gonna take the stuff. And I go, "We got security." And everybody stops to look. I look at the Jamaican. The Jamaican whistles without moving his. He had holes in his teeth. I don't know how he did it. And all of a sudden, all the guys in the crowd just started popping up, and they would wave like this, and it was like guys sleeping on the floor. He got up, you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, it was like miracles happening. And the guy goes, "Wait a minute, that's not security." He goes, "Those are the drug guys over here." I go, "What are you talking about? They're undercover. That's what they are doing." And we got away with it. We got away with it.
That is awesome. It's the things you have to do, right?
I mean, you gotta try. You gotta think outside the box.
You do have to today, and well, that was yesterday. I mean, today you can't think out of the box, right?
And I'll just say, because he asked, we're not unionized here, but our corporate guys have been on strike, an equipment strike, for the better part of 4 to 5 years now. So
yeah, that's,
really? Are you lying? No, I was 45 years. I think they should get another job.
you did.
I don't think they're winning.
Your act is an adult act. However, when you came here years ago, you did it. We had you do an act for kids. I had young kids at the time, and you did a Saturday show, like a midday show for kids.
A matinee. Yep.
Yeah.
You know what it is that market, the family market, I really explored more than ever, because the Catskills all have family restaurants.
Right.
And they're big theaters. I did I have magic stuff too. If anybody comes to I'm going to do a little street stuff. At your club, some street magic, you know, things, birds, rabbits, this type of stuff, you know, coming and going. So
I thought he was going to supplement his income with some 3-card money, maybe.
No, I don't take your money. I will not do that. You're going to give me your money.
That's right.
You understand? I will never take it.
You
know
won't
what
have
I
to
mean?
take it.
I will not. You know, and that's what it's about. No, I didn't deal with I know those guys who was on the street, but they were, you know, they were stealing your stuff.
Oh, yeah.
My thing was, we had 2 or 3 magician guys, and we would, you know, my job was try to bring people over into the hat. But you know, you be entertaining. People were always willing to.
You know what?
Sure.
You know what amazes me is in New York. You will find, and you know, you talk about you have the hat. You have the big, all of a sudden, it's a big crowd, especially if you have a nice sunny day on the weekend in New York City. Some of the most talented people you will ever see in your life are performing on the streets in New York.
I say completely, absolutely yes.
Yeah.
And if you look into the history of that, a lot of them were just comics that, you know, didn't use underarm spray or anything like that. 'Cause I hung out with a lot of them out there.
Yes.
And I'm just saying, maybe that's why the clubs didn't, you know, but
They didn't
talented.
want, yeah.
But talented.
Very talented. Yeah. I mean, it's
just, it was
and then the hat, and which is much different than the guys like that'll walk up to you and say, "Hey, I'm a struggling artist.
Oh my
goodness!
goodness!
You want a free CD?" And then they give you the CD, and then okay, you mind giving me $20 because I gave you the CD?
It's
and then they
ridiculous.
harass you for the next 10 blocks. Much different.
Yeah, well, not that different. Because when you come in tonight, I'll be standing by the door with my CDs.
You'll have some merch.
You know,
Yeah.
you know. So,
All right.
and some of them are not even my CDs. I just had them from the last comedian.
Be like a garage sale.
You know,
yeah.
I'm just saying. So you could pick whatever CD you want.
I love it.
But
I want you to hang a little bit. We're going to do a couple of things, and it's Fat Cats Comedy Club is tonight. You go to fatcatscomedyclub.com for details. Davey, let's give away a table, all right? First caller through the lines, pick a show. Tonight, the 7:30 show, or tomorrow, 7 or 9:15. 315-736-0186. First caller in, right?
Okay.
Okay, Davey.
Now-
What are you eating in there? What's so good? Something looks good.
I'm eating a little Debbie's Cosmic Brownie.
The Cosmic Brownie.
Looking for his mojo.
Yeah,
Looking for his mojo.
First caller, Davey will take care of you.
I got no mojo today at
Okay,
all.
all right. I'm sorry.
Now, don't get mad at me for saying this, because sometimes, I'll just say sometimes I never know what to expect on Friday. You got to see this show this weekend. I already know this is a great show. I already know this
I know
is a
it
great
is
show.
because I've seen it before, and I specifically we were ending the last show was going to be last weekend, and then we saw that Gemini was available, so we've extended one more weekend to bring him up here. So pretty cool.
I'm gonna be whenever you want me to. I brought a couple of puppets.
Yeah, let's do that in a little bit. I want to and I want to give people a chance to log on to YouTube Live, and you got to see his amazing comedy / ventriloquism.
Yeah,
it's something to see, and you can see it on YouTube. Just search Keeler live stream.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And I was surprised when he came in, because when you said Gemini, I thought of the black guy from American Gladiators. Is that what it is? He was Gemini. He was the guy who'd always shoot you with the tennis ball gun.
Right.
But
right.
You don't look anything like him, actually.
I've changed. A lot of people transitioned over this time. I changed into a little Italian guy. But that tennis ball thing broke, and I couldn't, and I couldn't do it anymore.
Here he is. It's amazing how they make him up on TV to look completely different.
Yep, I was big in a lot of places.
I want to ask, what do you think about the draft last night? NFL draft. Do you follow any sports at all?
I do, but every time I say something, I lose money. So I want to make believe like I don't know nothing.
Right. I understand that.
Look, it's funny because if you don't get some of the top guys, or like, what did you think of the Bills getting a tight end? I know a couple of Bills fans who were like, "Oh, we already have a tight end."
No, I think it was a good move. But also, I think they got to bolster the defense a little bit. There's,
Well, supposedly you're getting Von Miller this year. If he's
that'll be a
healed.
that'll be a big help if he's healthy.
But I'll tell you what. You know what I was captivated by last night? Akira Schmid, who, I mean, a few weeks ago was goalie for the Comets. They've got 3 straight wins with him in net, and last night was a shutout victory against the Rangers.
Well, 3 straight wins after 2 straight losses.
Correct. Yeah.
And I don't think he was in for the 2 straight losses. I think they made a change.
He was not. No, they made a change and down 2-0 in the series, and now they've won 3 straight with him in net. And I know I want to say he's allowed a total of 2 goals in the 3 games. I could be a goal off on that, but last night a shutout victory. I mean, that's the cool thing when you go, when you go to the Adirondack Bank Center to go check out the Comets. I mean, these are guys you're watching on primetime television and playing for a Stanley Cup.
Well, and then the Comets lost last night, their opening game, and that's
6-5 in Toronto, back and forth. It's too
tough
bad.
loss. So
0-1 though.
They play again tomorrow night, and then they'll be home on Wednesday in the playoffs. We'll talk more about some of the NFL draft stuff. How about Jerry Springer? And I know Tanya Powers is going to be talking about that in a few minutes. But Jerry Springer has died. I didn't even know he was sick, and it was pancreatic cancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought at 79. That's young today. Really?
It is.
Unless you have a serious illness like that.
Well, they drank a lot on that show.
I think they did.
No.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
That's how they got the people to be so. You think those people would normally eccentric?
Yeah.
Coming out ready to punch the person.
Yeah.
That they were all. I mean, come on. That's how he made it on the show. They were cocktailing back there.
I'll tell you something. We almost got on the show once.
For what?
We just made we just made up a story, and they completely bought into it.
Wait, what story?
I don't even remember what it was. It was like 20 years ago when the show first started. We just made up this story about, it was kind of like she cheated on me, one of those type stories, and it just got crazier and crazier, and they loved it. We were scheduled to be on the show, and then someone in our audience, probably somebody that didn't like us, called the show and said that we were making the whole thing up, and we were going to expose the fact that stuff was fake on the show, and they canceled us. But I'm going to tell you, I know actors who've been on that show.
Yeah. But that would have made a good show showing the fakeness of it. But you know what? It was really entertaining when you.
It is.
Because you would look at that and wonder to yourself, oh my God, my life's not that bad.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I would watch it, and
I know.
and, you know, I could never hit my wife like that. You know what I mean? You would just like, you would be like
You're
looking
right.
at those different people that would come up, and then the women that were, you know, they
Oh,
would
my
fight each. Oh,
God.
you couldn't wait.
Once they got a hold of the other woman's hair, they would not let go. No matter how much that big bouncer would try to get him to let go, they wouldn't let go.
But he tried to let him go. His rules. He had his own show after too.
I know he did. He came up with his own show.
It's the same premise.
Yeah.
He didn't come up with nothing new.
I know.
I think that's when everybody should have known he was a little sick.
There was a little
Jerry
something
was,
wrong. Right.
With the pantry.
You're right. And
that's what they did.
That is the worst. The worst cancer. He died at the age of 79. Ran for 27. This show ran for 27 years. Had more than 4,000 episodes. Also, at points in his life, he was mayor of Cincinnati, and almost ran for Congress. He was a contestant on Dancing with the Stars and a TV judge. Here is a quick little montage of the Jerry Springer Show and Jerry Springer. Here we go. Oh, I guess I'm not able to play that yet. But I will play it. When I play it, you're going to love it. But dead at the age of 79.
And who could forget, was there ever, I want to say maybe his security guy, Steve, the spin-off show.
Yeah, right, he had a show.
But I can't remember another show. I shouldn't say that because they used to do it with Ricky Lake and they used to do it with Montel Williams also. But
they
the
all
chanting,
stole. They all
Jerry.
Yeah.
I mean, people would wait outside on the street, right?
Gemini
chanting from
that Jerry Springer concept was not the original. I feel like Morton Downey in New York was the original.
I was scared to say it because I didn't want to take it away. The guy that died, and everybody was saying he's the guy. But you're absolutely right. There was another crazy man.
He was crazy as can be. Yeah,
and he was also a mayor or something somewhere.
Yeah. Do you remember too? He would. He was a chain smoker on the show.
On the show, right? Yeah. Just one right after the other. It's so funny. I forgot about that till you just mentioned his name.
That show was on only in New York City for a while, but then we got picks up here, and we watched Morton Downey.
It was awesome.
And then he became national. It was awesome. I mean,
it was crazy. It was the first time you saw people that looked like your neighbor.
Right, on TV.
I didn't know Mrs. Millie had a marijuana in the basement. I didn't know.
Let me try this again and play this clip of Jerry Springer, some audio.
I am the father of the destruction of Western civilization.
Our show is as silly, crazy, outrageous, sometimes as stupid as you can get. I was hired to be a ringleader of a circus. It's a lot of fun. It's a great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
There's never been a moment that I ever thought I was better than the people who appear on our stage. I'm not better, only lucky. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Take care of yourself and each other. Tanya J. Powers on the line right now from Fox News. Tanya, good morning. Is she there? Davey, I'll have you check.
Hello, I'm here.
Hi, I got you. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Take care of yourself and each other.
Not when you're on my show, though. When you leave.
That was Jerry Springer's line after every show. And last night, Lester Holt admitted that he took that from Jerry Springer. That's how Lester Holt ends his show and has ended his show since COVID. Take care of yourself and each other. Yeah, and last night at the end of the show, Jerry Springer closed out the show and said, take care of yourself and each other. And Lester came back and said, and yes, it's true, Jerry said it first.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. But Jerry Springer dead at the age of 79, Tanya. Quite an amazing career.
Yeah, I mean, you guys pretty much covered it. He had, of course, the Jerry Springer Show, which was, syndicated. And I think one of the most interesting pieces of this is if you look back at the time period when this was on the rise, right? The 90s when he started his show in the early 90s, and then it rose to prominence and became syndicated, and it was like watched by so many people across the country. It sort of coincided with the rise of the shock jock, for one. And the other thing is, it was basically the internet before the internet had, comment sections and trolls.
Right,
if you think about it,
yeah,
it
you're
was
right.
sort of like this, I can't stop watching car wreck sort of thing, where you're just like, oh my gosh, these people are actually doing this on TV. Like, what in the world?
Yeah. It's funny too, because he would always say the show was silly, and the reason that was kind of repositioning things, because people didn't see it as silly. At some point, there were people like, this is the breakdown of society. How could we allow ourselves to look so terrible on TV? But he'd call it silly, and I guess we bought it.
He said in that audio clip, yes, I am the father of Western, the father of destruction of Western civilization or something like that.
Yeah, right, because that's what people thought of the show. I mean, remember, back in that time, The Simpsons were thought to be like destroying the minds of our children.
Oh, my goodness.
Tanya, he was also a mayor, right? Mayor of Cincinnati. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, by the way, the Simpsons thing is that's quaint at this point, right?
Yeah, yes.
Or you look back and you're like, oh, wow, that was the thing we needed to worry about.
You're right. I mean, think about parents would be like, what were some of the catchphrases that Bart Simpson would say? It was, I don't know, but parents would,
don't have a cow, man.
Yeah.
And there was like, because, and I remember at the time, when like don't have a cow was a big deal, and he would say this to his parents, and people would be like, children are going to say this to their parents, and it's so disrespectful. And like I said, it's kind of quaint when you look back on it. And what people were concerned about.
If only our kids were that disrespectful today, we'd be better off. Probably, so. Yeah.
He was a mayor. He was the mayor of Cincinnati, and I think maybe there could be a lot of folks who don't realize he had a political career. He was also a news anchor for a while before he started his daytime talk show. He really had an interesting life. He was born in London during the bombings in World War II, and it was his mother gave birth in like a subway station. Not because they were trying to catch a train, but because that's what they made. And he referred to this, I think, in I think it was either an interview in the late 2000s, or it was like a graduation speech. I think he did a graduation speech where he was.
Yeah.
But he talked about the fact that that's where they put the mothers who were about to give birth, because it was the safest place for them during like the bombing raids of London.
Wow.
During that time. Yeah. I mean, so it's actually just a fascinating thing when you start looking into his life and the history of how he got to sort of where he became. I mean, we still use his name as a descriptor, like if you think about it, if you like how many of us have probably, thought of a situation either with like you mentioned, like your neighbors or your people down the street or whatever, and you're like, wow, that's just a Springer episode, man. I mean, we know what it's a context that we all know what that means.
My favorite is when someone says to you, "Oh, I see," and I believe it or not hear this on this radio show. It's like, "Oh, I see this morning you went Springer." Right, and that it becomes a descriptor. You're absolutely right. It's,
and you know exactly what they mean. I mean, how many people can say that they're like, used as a describing term?
Yes, you become an adjective,
for better or worse.
Yeah, that's wild. So, all right, and that pancreatic cancer is such a terrible cancer. It's so difficult to beat, and that is what I mean. You think of so many different celebrities who passed away. It almost always goes back to pancreatic cancer. It's terrible. Tanya, we appreciate the time. Thank you so much. Enjoy the weekend in New York City.
Yeah, y'all too. Have a good one.
Thanks so much. Tanya J. Powers. Willie Waffle goes over movies and entertainment and all of that stuff for us. Wasn't prepared. This was not on my list, Willie, but Jerry Springer's passing. It's a big deal.
Oh, no, it's a huge deal. I mean, I think, when you look back at what Jerry Springer, accomplished, I think what you're talking about is a guy who not only changed, I think, television, whether you think it's for the worse or for the better, but I think in a lot of ways impacted American culture and maybe culture around the world. This whole idea of, keeping it real and being real. I think a lot of that really truly sprang from the Jerry Springer show, and it fostered itself in reality television. It fostered itself in the way that celebrities are sharing every detail about themselves.
Yeah.
I think the impact of Jerry Springer is hard to understate.
I think you're absolutely right. And we were just talking a little while ago about how it really goes back to Morton Downey Jr.
Yeah, Morton Downey Jr. was a firebrand. I remember Morton Downey Jr. And that was one of the most unhinged television shows you will ever watch in your entire life. And when Jerry Springer started his program, they envisioned him to be another Donahue, and it was a very erudite program, and it was very much an educational type thing, and it was tanking. And that's when they realized we need to go in another direction, and that's when you got the show.
And they did.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Wayne sent a message in this morning saying that he thinks Morton Downey Jr. was at the Stanley, performed at the Stanley, and he says Jerry Springer was a judge at that show.
Oh, really? That does not surprise me.
So, Wayne, if you have more details on
that show was, I remember that. Speaking of that, Willie, what's the show that's going to be filming at the train station on Monday? It's Succession.
Succession, yeah, with Ben Stiller's up there, isn't he?
Yeah,
yes.
He's they've taken over the train station Monday and Tuesday. It's all shut down. Stiller is up here, and who knows who's going to? I mean. Who knows who'll be here?
Maybe that's where they will have another baby.
They might have another baby.
And it's not Succession. Is it Severance? I think it's
Severance, right? It's Severance. Severance, which is another one of those streaming series.
It's
Apple
huge. TV Plus.
Yeah,
yep.
big show. So and so this show is all about they put a chip in you, so that when you leave work, you don't remember anything about work, and when you come back to work, you don't remember anything about your home life, right?
Yeah, it's really weird. It's kind of a lot of employers' dreams, sadly, and I think that it plays off as kind of like the sci-fi horror for some amusement. I just want to know: is Ben Stiller hanging out all weekend in town, or is he just going to blow in Sunday night? That's what I want to know.
I think he was here I think he was here for a little bit last week, and my guess is he'll blow in Sunday night and blow out on Wednesday morning. That's
he's got to call into the show.
We're working.
He's got to get the full Utica experience,
and you can't have it without calling in here, and we're working on it.
No.
We are. Yes, you're absolutely right. What is the couple things before we hit a few movies for the weekend? What is the game show host thing that is the battle? What are we talking about on Wheel of Fortune? What is it?
I love this. That's right. Celebrity Wheel of Fortune is going to have the battle of the game show host. It is going to be mano y mano, Jeopardy's Ken Jennings versus Jeopardy's Mayim Bialik versus Vanna White.
Wow, when is that happening?
Now, that's going to be on the Celebrity Wheel of Fortune edition. I have May 10th down here. May 10th, they're going to do this.
Now, is that in prime time, or is that
that's in prime time?
Yeah.
All right. I believe it is. We can double check that. I believe it is in prime time. But this is the showdown of all showdowns, man. I mean, come on. I think Vanna White's going to wipe the floor with both of them. Everybody thinks, Ken Jennings, the smartest guy ever. The biggest Jeopardy winner ever. Mayim Bialik, well, she's hosting the show too. You know who writes some of the puzzles for Wheel of Fortune, my friend?
I did not know that.
Vanna White does.
Wow.
So I think she has an insight into that show and how they think and how they form those puzzles that she is going to destroy them.
I had no idea that, but you know what? I got to tell you, I saw them last night as I walked by the TV and tried. All right, I'll admit it. Every once in a while, I compete with my wife. It's like I can beat you tonight.
I can see that.
She's always beating me, but she still looks unbelievable. Like she looks like she hasn't aged, Vanna White.
No, she doesn't. I mean, it's the wonder of having all that money and all that access to people who can help you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd look that great too if I could afford a chef and working out and a trainer and all this. That'd be great. That'd be wonderful.
We'd all look that good. Okay, a couple of movies streaming in theaters. This is really interesting. Big George Foreman. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, this is it's kind of a combination boxing movie and faith-based movie. So you see the whole story of George Foreman from starting off in a rough life, growing up in Houston, Texas, going into the Army, becoming a boxer, going to the Olympics, winning the championship, but then seeing it all fall apart. And his return, his comeback, as he embraces God, as he starts to get rid of all the rage and anger that's been in his life. And at the age of 38, is making a comeback to try to win the heavyweight title because, well, frankly, he's broke and he needs something. And a lot of us lived through this. I mean, we know this story. We watched these fights. We saw George Foreman coming back. And for people who don't know, George Foreman, when he was the heavyweight champion in the 70s, he looked like a brick house. That dude was the meanest built guy you'd ever seen in your entire life. And when he made a comeback, he looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy. And that was the big joke. And it was like how George Foreman, over the hill, 38, overweight, out of shape. How's he ever going to do this? It's a sideshow. And he just kept winning match after match after match. And that's what this story is all about, is kind of seeing that comeback and what was fueling it and what was driving him. I mean, I say it's like, I'm going like 3 waffles. I think it's a solid movie. I think it's a good story. It's a pretty long movie. I mean, it's a little bit over 2 hours. I think that we probably could have cut out some of the fat, but I think overall just a decent film about a really well-deserved comeback story.
What about also in theaters? Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, in theaters. What do you think of this one?
Oh yes, this is the time for us gentlemen here on the radio to get in touch with our feelings.
You're right. My wife saw this preview last night and said, I'm going to go to a theater. We haven't been to a theater since COVID. I'm going to go to the theater and watch this, but not with you. I'm like, okay.
That's right. Well, it's one of the classic books of childhood. Particularly for women. It's the Judy Blume story. This 11-year-old girl whose whole life is upended. She's going to a new school and a new house, and things start happening when you're 11 years old. They start changing your life, man. And, it's all about kind of that childhood wonder and pain and excitement and emotion. And I think this young kid, this Abby Ryder Fortson, just does a great job showing all of it with obviously a beloved book and a beloved story that's never going to go away. That's just a classic that will live forever. This is a 3.5 waffle movie. This is a pretty good, solid film.
All right. One that I won't see, but cool. And then before we let you go, I wanted to ask you about the country artist there that canceled the show, Morgan Wallen. Davey's all about this. What happened here?
Oh, well, I think it was last Saturday. He was supposed to have a big concert in Mississippi, and while the opening band is wrapping up, a big sign gets put up, a big message gets put up. The Morgan Wallen portion of this concert is canceled. He can't sing. He has laryngitis, whatever it might be. And there's just been a lot of controversy. There's been lots of accusations about why he couldn't perform. I'm not going to go too far there because God only knows what's true or not true. But a lot of people are now turning around and they want their money back. Like, they don't just want their concert tickets back. There's this one woman, this Mandy Walker Nolan. She has literally reached out to Wallen via social media. I think it's Instagram. And she says she wants $4,000 in damages returned to her. The tickets, new outfits she bought, new outfit her husband bought, the gas to get there, the hotel room, the fancy dinner they had, the drinks that they had at the concert. She wants it all. She even gave him her Cash App that said, just get me the money tomorrow.
Her tickets cost $1,600.
Stop it.
Yeah. She paid $1,600 for her tickets. For me, I would be like, all right, well, you're stupid. You don't get any money back.
Wait, how much are the tickets for tonight?
$16.
$16. What did you say? $16.
It's actually $15. But yeah,
I mean, what got
crazy?
Me?
Yeah,
$220 for drinks at the concert. What were you drinking?
Wow, those had to be special drinks. Yeah,
super special. I mean, they were in gold cups or something.
Yeah. So the word is, the accusation that you don't want to say anything about is that he was so drunk. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that what you have?
I don't know. That's that's a big accusation, man.
What do you hear, Jeff?
No, that was
throw
correct.
that out there, you better be able to back it up.
Well, listen, I can't back it up, but I can identify with it. That's the problem.
Whoever did, I agree.
Yes.
I mean, that's the rumor. That's the discussion.
Yeah.
Was he too drunk to play? And that's what it was. And the laryngitis was just an excuse.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, the world. Some days I'll come into this place and be like, well, what are we going to? I think we've run out of things to talk about. The reality is we will never. Because of things like this. Every day, this stuff, it's just recycling craziness every single day.
There's bad behavior every day in Hollywood, and God love it.
Yeah. Willie, as always, we appreciate your time. Have a wonderful weekend.
Hey, talk to you next week.
All right, thanks so much. Willie Waffle. Yeah, so drunk he could not perform.
Maybe he went with that lady that spent $220. That's a real fun sex on the beach.
That had to be quite a cocktail. Gemini is in studio. We're going to dig into he's going to dig into his case over there. Pretty excited about that. He's at Fat Cats Comedy Club this weekend. Last show of the season. Nothing till fall after this, so check it out. WIBX Utica Rome. It's 7 o'clock.
It's happened again. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. 2 Army helicopters crashed in midair in Alaska, a month after 9 soldiers were killed in a similar crash in the sky over Kentucky. In last night's collision,
the soldiers were returning from a training mission when 2 AH-64 Apache helicopters carrying 2 each collided in flight. 2 soldiers died at the scene, the 3rd on the way to Fairbanks Hospital, where a 4th is being treated right now. The crash happened near Healy, Alaska. That's a little more than 100 miles from their return destination of Fort Wainwright.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. At least 16 people are dead in Ukraine after Russia went on the attack again. Here's Fox's Jill Nato.
The latest round of missile strikes was the first from Russia in nearly 2 months. Ukraine's Air Force managed to intercept 11 cruise missiles and 2 drones over Kyiv. But some strikes were reported on other cities like Uman, south of Kyiv.
An apartment building was hit there. And a police officer has been shot and wounded in Dallas, Texas early this morning, along with a police dog in a shootout with a suspect who was killed. Ex-Vice President Pence spoke to a grand jury for hours yesterday after former President Trump failed to block the testimony in the special counsel's investigation into 2020 Trump election fraud claims and the Capitol riot.
The questioning was done in private, but Pence said previously the same details he's given to Americans and written in his memoir he would give to the grand jury. The former VP has publicly said how the riot endangered his family and every lawmaker on Capitol Hill.
Fox's Gernal Scott. In New York City, Trump lawyers cross-examined E. Jean Carroll. The author sued the former president, claiming he raped her decades ago and defamed Carroll, denying the allegations. Meanwhile, the former president, by far the Republican 2024 frontrunner, held a rally in New Hampshire, dusting off the term he used to call Hillary Clinton.
So that we can use the name for Joe Biden because he'll be known from now on as Crooked Joe Biden.
America's listening to Fox News.
You've heard me discuss how my everyday aches and pains were affecting my daily life before I started taking Relief Factor. You've also heard me talk to you about how my friends and family have found relief from their aches and pains with Relief Factor. Well, let me tell you about Gary from California. Gary says, I cannot thank you enough. I am 62 years old and have just started taking Relief Factor. I've never felt better and will recommend Relief Factor to all my baby boomer friends. Well, thanks for writing, Gary. 3 weeks from now, you could be doing the things you enjoy doing. Your first step to living the life you love, free from aches and pains, could just be to order the 3-week Quick Start for only $19.95. After trying Relief Factor, over 500,000 people have gone on to order more. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. That's ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. Live your best life and feel the difference with Relief Factor.
We have cloudy skies to start and 40 degrees. WIBX news time is 7:03. This news update is brought to you by Cliff's Local Market. They keep you going. The woman killed in Wednesday's crash on Route 5 in Vernon has now been identified. The United County Sheriff's Office says 72-year-old Georgine Schmidtka of Oneida was a passenger in one of the 3 involved vehicles. Deputies investigating the accident believe one of the drivers was traveling east on Route 5 and crossed the center line, striking a westbound vehicle driven by Viola Ducati of Canastota. Schmidtka was a passenger in that vehicle. The accident occurred shortly before 5 p.m. At this time, no tickets have been issued, and that crash is still under investigation. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office is investigating the death of an inmate who was being held at the jail. It is a New Hartford man identified as 25-year-old Malik Burnett. He was found at around 8 o'clock Thursday morning in what officials described as an altered state. Medical staff at the jail immediately responded with the Oriskany Fire Department. Additionally, the overdose drug Narcan was administered. Burnett would then be transported to the hospital where he was pronounced deceased at around 11:30 yesterday morning. The Sheriff's Office still investigating, and because the death occurred while in the custody of law enforcement, the State Commission of Corrections and the New York State Attorney General's Office are conducting their own investigation as well. Nearly a month after it was due, Governor Kathy Hochul says a conceptual agreement is in place on a new state budget. The governor saying last night the fiscal plan calls for $229 billion in spending, which is $2 billion more than her original proposal. Included in the budget are changes to the state's bail reform laws and money to continue cracking down on gun violence. The legislature is expected to vote on the new budget in the next few days. The original budget deadline was April 1st. A former fire chief in Madison County and his wife facing serious charges after being accused of committing sex crimes against an underage girl. The Sheriff's Office says the alleged incidents involved 53-year-old John Latham and 48-year-old Danielle Latham and happened over a period of 4 years. The couple is now facing several charges. Tips involving the case can be submitted to police by contacting the Madison County Sheriff's Office. Not a bad day on tap. Full details on your forecast from Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint.
On Eyewitness News, Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint in the WIBX Weather Center today. Some filtered morning sunshine, then increasing clouds through the day with a few spotty showers developing by the middle of the evening, a high of 62. Tonight, periods of steady light rain, low of 41. And tomorrow, breezy, cooler, steady light rain in the morning, cloudy sky with off and on rain showers likely through the afternoon, high of 53. For more on your local forecast, tune to Eyewitness News at 6 on WUTR. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint on WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM.
All right, in sports, we begin with the AHL playoffs. Unfortunately, the Comets opened with a defeat on the road at Toronto. They lost 6-5 in overtime last night. However, a former Comet shut out the Rangers last night in New Jersey. Akira Schmid, a 4-0 shutout victory for the Devils. They were down in this series 2-0. They made a change and put him in goal. They've now won 3 straight games. He's only allowed 2 goals in 3 games.
I thought this series was over. The Rangers were just going to sweep up with the Jersey Devils, and guess what?
Unreal.
The Rangers have no momentum at this point.
Meanwhile, the Islanders hoping to force a winner-take-all Game 7. New York will host the Carolina Hurricanes in Game 6 of their best-of-7 series tonight at the UBS Arena in Elmont. NFL draft last night, the Buffalo Bills taking a tight end. They actually made a trade with the Jaguars to move up from 27 to 25 and took Dalton Kincaid from Utah. He played in 58 games during his career in college. He'll work alongside fellow tight end Dawson Knox. With round 1 in the books, round 2 of the NFL draft is tonight at 7. The Jets and Giants making some noise as well, and both leaning on defense. The Jets and Giants did have first-round picks. Gang Green selecting Iowa State's linebacker Will McDonald the 4th with their 15th overall pick. And the G-men took Maryland cornerback Deonte Banks with the 24th pick. The Jets have 4 picks left, 1 in the 2nd, a 4th rounder, and 2 in the 5th. The Giants still have 9 remaining, a 2nd rounder, 3rd, 4th, and 6th to go along with 2 in the 5th round and 3 more in the 7th. The Jets restructuring the contract of Aaron Rodgers. The converted a $58.3 million option bonus payable in 2023 to a 2024 base salary. As a result, Rodgers will be making just $1.1 million this season, which also represents his charge on the salary cap. Baseball, the Mets salvaged their series finale against the Nationals, but had to hold on late. 9-8 was the final, and the Yankees have won back-to-back games. They opened their 4-game series against the Rangers with a 4-2 win in Arlington. The Mets now stay home. They'll take on the Atlanta Braves, the start of a 4-game series.
Can I just say
tonight.
that Larry, yes, it's all over with. How could the Mets be losing to the Nationals? The Nationals are in last place. The problem you get is that this is something that happens often, I think, is that a team struggles with a team they shouldn't struggle with. The Mets are notorious for that.
Yeah.
But that was an important win to kind of change things up a little bit as they head into the Braves this weekend. But it's April, man.
Yeah.
Way too early to be making predictions. And, Davey, what do you have in there? Verlander
making a rehab start in Binghamton tonight.
Okay.
Don't let
all right.
Stefan know. He might try to.
He'll be down there.
No.
Don't go, Stefan. Whatever you do. It's a long ways to Binghamton.
It was interesting, though. They didn't want to say where it was.
Yeah.
Earlier in the week, they said they didn't want to really announce it.
I bet you it would have been Syracuse, but they're in Toledo.
What I find interesting is most of their rehab pitching starts don't happen in Syracuse.
Well, Binghamton.
They happen in Binghamton.
Well,
it's
Jacob
interesting.
deGrom was the only one that came up here to Syracuse.
Okay, and then I wanted to, what else? Well, let's just talk about the weather for a second. Today's going to be pretty nice. 65 degrees, sun and clouds today. You got a nice day on the way. It's going to rain tonight. Perfect timing because you'll want to come out and see Gemini at Fat Cats Comedy Club the minute it starts raining, and that'll be tonight. But I'm going to tell you something. When it starts raining tonight, we have rain in the forecast for the next 9 days.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah. As of right now, it looks like it's going to rain, and it'll probably change. It looks like it's going to rain and rain, but after we get through this week, and I'm talking about 50s and rain, it's just going to be miserable. But after we get through this weekend, upper 60s, low 70s, the next phase into summertime will be underway. But I got to say, this next week does not look good.
I was just telling Davey this morning. I've got a game this afternoon. I won't tell you where, but I've got
Gemini. He's a new umpire. He's umpiring now.
Yes.
No.
And he's got his own punch out.
Umpire for what? Like, is it soccer, baseball,
youth
football?
baseball, yeah. Modified JV varsity, but so far I've only done modified.
Is it a girls' team or a boys' team?
It's a boys' league.
Can you do girls?
It's
girls
actually
softball?
separate training.
Just
They
didn't
do.
sound right.
Different
Didn't
sport.
sound right the way he asked you that.
Yeah. Good point. Sorry about that.
You know, I mean, what kind of radio station is this?
Gemini, stand by. We're gonna do some stuff with you. Yes.
I was just gonna say the only reason I mentioned that is because I've got games. I was telling Davey, I've got games every day for the next 2 weeks except for Sunday. For the next 14 days, I have a game every day
and
except for
rain,
Sunday.
And there's rain in the forecast.
Yeah.
How bad it's going to be, how much rain, remains to be seen. But anyway, it doesn't look like any nice weather anytime soon after today, so be aware of that. 7-11 will come right back. Gemini, who will be at Fat Cats Comedy Club tonight and tomorrow night. It's the last shows of the season. Nothing else until fall. Coming up this hour, tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m. for Jimmy Fallon and Kennedy, the stepchildren of Fox News, performing on Veterans Day their Laugh and Liberty Tour. Their Laughs and Liberty Tour. Tickets go on sale. Ticketmaster today at 10 a.m., November 11th at the Stanley Theater. And we'll speak with Jimmy later on in the hour. So we're excited about this.
And Davey's got him on the phone right now. I think
Davey, you got to stop calling him in the middle of the night. He's saying you're calling in the middle of the night. He's got to be able to sleep. Got a break. Hold on tight. 712 at WIBX.
Honey, why are you peeking out the window and spying on the neighbors?
I can't stop watching what they're doing to their house. Look at that. They added a sunroom and put in a pool. Do you think they won the lottery?
No, not the lottery. Julie and Jeff got a home equity loan from Adirondack Bank. They're using the equity from their home to renovate.
Really?
Yes, Adirondack Bank has home equity rates as low as 3.99% annual percentage rate. You can access the equity in your home to fund almost anything.
Huh. Maybe we should call Adirondack Bank. What about a new kitchen? Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, then, of course, we would need new furniture, and we could repair the roof. Oh, and even take that trip to Italy that we've always talked about. And, of course, I need a new car.
Slow down, honey. Let's go talk to the experts at Adirondack Bank.
Stop into your local Adirondack Bank for more information on home equity loan rates as low as 3.99% APR. Or call 877-404-2265 for credit costs and terms. Apply today at AdirondackBank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Are you considering buying an electric vehicle or a plug-in hybrid? Wouldn't it be nice to just fuel up at home with an EV charging station? Potentia is helping to make the convenience of charging easier for your home and your business. As a leader in green electrical projects, Potentia has completed hundreds of large sustainable commercial projects across New York State and are now getting into the residential market. No more stops at the gas station. Charge at home conveniently and economically. With New York State's zero emissions mandate by 2035, Potentia can help design, supply, even install residential and commercial EV charging systems at your home or your business. From permitting and design through the complete installation, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3 with a turnkey EV charging solution with various packages and options available. They guarantee your satisfaction with all their products and their workmanship. Visit Potentia at 4685 Middle Settlement Road, New Hartford. Give them a call at 315-765-6184 or view their website at potentiamanagement.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Are you ready to make the most important decision for your child's future? Some are easy, some are not. Some make all the difference, like choosing Notre Dame schools. Offering grades pre-K through 12, your child will be ready to learn and thrive in a challenging atmosphere surrounded by great teachers and the most current technology. Notre Dame offers small class sizes, high academic standards, and spiritual fulfillment. At Notre Dame, we foster an environment of diversity and community. Students feel supported and more confident in achieving their goals. Our students learn from each other and are challenged to grow and develop their innate talents. Notre Dame is faith-based, but everyone is welcome. If you have higher expectations for your child, Notre Dame offers a higher level experience. If you're ready to launch your child's future into the most successful career path and build the next generation of leaders, call today for a tour or visit NotreDameUtica.org. Notre Dame schools ready to learn, destined to lead.
Here at Lee Baldwin & Company, we're always doing the math. So we are asking everyone to take the 4% challenge. And here's how it works. You look at your savings, IRA, and other investment accounts and see if you are getting close to 4% interest on your cash. If not, just give us a call for a comparison of options available today. For your trouble, we will offer a cup of coffee for taking the time to hopefully have your money work harder for you. Oh, and don't forget to ask about even higher yielding CDs. Please call us at 315-734-1410 or visit our website at leibaldwin.com, Leigh Baldwin.com. We are a member of FINRA and SIPC, and all of our CDs are FDIC insured. So take the 4% challenge and have your money work harder for you. And as always, you do the dreaming and we'll do the math. leibaldwin.com.
Hey, I want to tell you about River Hills Properties. If you're looking to buy a home or sell a home, think about River Hills. If you're selling, I'm just going to tell you, we went through it just a couple of years ago. It is extremely stressful. The pressure is on. You have to do this. You got to get your house ready. You've got to prepare for it. You've got to make certain little updates. It'll sell better if you do A, B, and C. et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It becomes very stressful. And I have to say that the people at River Hills, our agent was Robin Monjo, and Robin just took all of that stress away and took care of everything for us. Whenever we'd have an issue, we made a phone call, and she had it covered. When they were in to do the inspection, she was there. When they were doing the appraisal, when the bank came with the appraisal, you have to have what they call comparables. So your house, let's find you want to get this much for your home. Let's see how it compares to other homes in your neighborhood. Well, the appraiser didn't have any comparables. She said, I'm sorry, I can't find any comparables. But Robin pulls out of her file, whips out 3 comparables and hands them to the appraiser, and voila, it solved the problem. Having someone there every step of the way, every time you meet, every time you take an action on the home, they're there to assist you. And every time your house is shown, your listing agent, for us it was Robin, your listing agent is there. The lights are on. Everything is tidied up. You're putting your best foot forward. It will help you sell your home. Why wouldn't you list with River Hills? In Barneville, Little Falls, Utica, and serving all of upstate New York, it's riverhillspropertiesllc.com. Call them today at 315-896-1009. Remember, nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Coming up, we'll talk more with comedian Gemini, who is in studio here all morning long. We'll be at Fat Cats this weekend. But before we get to that, you have a news story that comes out of the jail.
Yes.
And you wonder how these things happen, but this is a real problem in our jails and prisons today.
Yes. We'll be speaking with Oneida County Sheriff Rob Mayshiel. There is an investigation ongoing following the death of an inmate. It was a New Hartford man identified as 25-year-old Malik Burnett. And the sheriff can kind of fill us in on how the series of events unfolded yesterday.
Sheriff, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. What happened here?
Well, yesterday, shortly after 8 a.m., while a correction officer was doing his mandated 30-minute checks in this particular unit, it required us to check every half hour the inmates. He found shortly after 8 o'clock, he found one of the individuals, Malik Burnett, was found to be in an altered state. Immediately, the officer called a code, and the medical staff within the facility, that's there 24 hours a day, they responded along with additional corrections officers. Shortly thereafter, they administered Narcan, a few doses of Narcan, along with some other life-saving efforts. At the same time, a call was made through 911 to get EMS and an ambulance there. So we are in the Risking Fire Department's jurisdiction. They are the ones called to our facility, along with Central Oneida County Volunteer Ambulance Corps. Obviously, jail medical staff and correction staff were administering these various life-saving efforts while awaiting the arrival of the ambulance. He was then transported to St. Luke's, and about 2.5 hours later, sadly, he passed away. Because it's an in-custody death, anytime under the change in the law a couple years ago, one of the executive orders, anytime someone passes away in the custody of any police officer or peace officer in the state of New York, in addition to our investigation that we are mandated to do, the Attorney General's office does their investigation. And because we're inside a county correctional facility, the New York State Commission of Corrections also has jurisdiction over the operations of a correctional facility. So they also do an independent investigation. So there'll be 3 investigations into the passing of this incarcerated individual.
Sheriff, do you know off the top of your head what he was in there for? Was he awaiting a trial, or had he been sentenced to time in the county jail?
There were a couple charges that he was being held on, and he had been with us, I think, since the end of March, so not that long.
I understand.
And then I guess the question is, how does this stuff keep getting into our jails? And it's not something that's exclusive to ours and prisons. This is a problem all over. How do they get it in?
Well, I'll speak in general terms because I can't speak on this particular case because it is an ongoing investigation by three separate agencies. But correctional facilities and jails, state prisons across this country struggle with contraband making their way in. Again, I'm speaking in general terms. Anything I say at this point doesn't necessarily pertain to this case. But in New York State, there is still obviously there's visitation. But New York State is one of the, I think, only one of two correctional states that mandate kiss on the lips during visitation. It's by law. They have to be allowed to do that. Many times contraband is passed through visitation. Now, obviously, our visitation area is under heavy security with both correction officers, multiple cameras. We have a drug dog that greets visitors during visitation. But unfortunately, still stuff gets by us, whether it's consuming it and then, it's later retrieved or, held. And because obviously when a visitation period ends, all the visitors are held in an area while the inmates are searched after visitation prior to going back to their housing unit. That way, if we do find something on an inmate, we still are holding the person who brought it to them. Again, there are many ways around that, though. Then we get into the mail system. Traditionally, contraband has been mailed in. People have become very creative. Contraband can be found on the back of postage stamps. Contraband can be found on writing paper that a letter is written on, and it can be soaked or sprayed with a specific synthetic type of drug, and then later the paper is actually consumed at a later date and time. I could go on and on of the creative ways and the challenges for correction officers today to stop the entrance of contraband into the facility. It's a struggle we deal with all the time. It's a daily struggle. Like I said, the staff at the facility did an amazing job yesterday, doing everything they possibly could to save the individu's life. No one ever wants to have someone pass away in their correctional facility, it's just it's an unfortunate situation all the way around.
Wow. Okay, Sheriff, we appreciate the update. Thank you.
Sounds good, guys. Anytime.
All right. Have a great weekend. Thanks. Terrible story. We'll break and come back. Coming up, we'll do Hoboken's free money question of the day. Jimmy Fallon is going to be on the radio in a few minutes. We'll speak with him from New York. He has, of course, his show here on IBX from noon till 3 every day, and tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. today. 10 a.m. today for his show on Ticketmaster, along with Kennedy from Fox News. We'll get to all that coming up, 7:26. Along with our comedian in studio, Gemini, at 7:26 at WIBX.
From Lincoln Center Theater that brought you The King and I and South Pacific comes a sumptuous new revival of the most perfect musical of all time, My Fair Lady. The New York Times calls it thrilling, glorious, and better than it ever was. Don't miss the smashing, jubilant Lincoln Center Theater production of My Fair Lady.
Broadway Utica presents My Fair Lady, May 1st and 2nd at the Stanley Theater. For tickets, visit BroadwayUtica.org or call 315-724-4000.
Power Sports of Utica is holding its grand opening event on the 28th and 29th of April. We have over 350 vehicles in stock and incoming for you to see. Come celebrate with us at the store over great food, drink, and entertainment. We can't wait to see you there.
It's our Power Sports of Utica grand opening, April 28th and 29th, with over 150 new and used Harley-Davidsons in our pool. 0% down, 3.99 APR on select Harleys. Grand opening discounts on boots, helmets, shirts, and apparel.
Spring has sprung. It's the Strong Spas Factory Store Spring Sale all month long. Sangertown Square. Blowout prices on floor models and factory recertified spas. Clearing out the floor to make room for more. Immediate delivery. It's a spring super sale at Strong Spas. Visit the largest spa showroom in the country. Huge savings. Price to move. See for yourself. Find them in Sangertown Square and ask about their financing options for credit qualified buyers. Get in your spa at Strong Spas. Hurry, these spas won't last.
Honey, why are you peeking out the window and spying on the neighbors?
I can't stop watching what they're doing to their house. Look at that. They added a sunroom. And put in a pool? Do you think they won the lottery?
No, not the lottery. Julie and Jeff got a home equity loan from Adirondack Bank. They're using the equity from their home to renovate.
Really?
Yes, Adirondack Bank has home equity rates as low as 3.99% annual percentage rate. You can access the equity in your home to fund almost anything.
Huh. Maybe we should call Adirondack Bank. What about a new kitchen? Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, then, of course, we would need new furniture, and we could repair the roof. Oh, and even take that trip to Italy that we've always talked about. And, of course, I need a new car.
Slow down, honey. Let's go talk to the experts at Adirondack Bank.
Stop into your local Adirondack Bank for more information on home equity loan rates as low as 3.99% APR. Or call 877-404-2265 for credit costs and terms. Apply today at AdirondackBank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Curtis Lumber's Customer Appreciation Days are back. For 3 days only, May 4th through May 6th, Curtis Lumber will pay the sales tax on your purchase. Not sure what you need for your project? Buy a gift card and Curtis Lumber will load the sales tax amount onto the gift card as a bonus. For full details and in-store specials, visit curtislumber.com/customer appreciation. Don't miss tax-free savings days, May 4th through the 6th at Curtis Lumber.
Power Sports of Utica is holding its grand opening event on the 28th and 29th of April. We have over 350 vehicles in stock and incoming for you to see. Come celebrate with us at the store over great food, drink, and entertainment. We can't wait to see you there.
It's our Power Sports of Utica grand opening, April 28th and 29th, with over 150 new and used Harley-Davidsons in our pool. 0% down, 3.99 APR on select Harleys. Grand opening discounts on boots, helmets, shirts, and apparel.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Gemini is in studio. I know that I don't know if you have the. Can you, Davey? Maybe Jeff, you could move it. Just move the camera to put him in frame just a little bit. You're just gonna. There you go. That's a little better. Do you want to bring up a little? I know you brought some people with you.
I have 54 different puppets.
Oh my goodness!
And during the COVID time, I only had 2 people working in my office at the time, and I tried to keep paying them, because at that time. And we put a little show together, and you talk about family.
Yeah.
And it was a family show, because there's no live family shows for children anymore on the air, other than, Sesame Street kind of went very political in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no other shows. They're all cartoons.
Right.
That's all they are. So we decided, let's go put a show together. And we actually are on Amazon Prime. They bought it.
That's awesome.
Yep, and we got a priest involved and teachers from the school that weren't coming in, and police, the mayor, but I would do it through the puppets.
That's
so they
so
would talk,
cool.
and I had 54 on the show. It's called Studio at the Hill. You could look it up.
On Amazon. All right.
But let me show you one of a
Okay.
cool puppet.
All right.
It's going to be at the Fat Cats Comedy Club.
You'll be there tonight and tomorrow night. Last show. Oh,
he's just from New York City jail, where we just heard some jail stories here. That we.
He looks so angry.
I don't know. He's kind of a cool guy. I don't know if we're gonna do this, but he has to get up. Will you just get up? I don't want to get up. Will you just get up? Where's the guy? Where's what guy? I'm looking for things. What are you looking for? All these guys. This is a show. Is this an intervention? No, it's not. Where's my sentinel? Will you just who's that guy? He comes in every once in a while. What you looking at? All right, stop. We're gonna be at a very nice show at the Fat Cats Comedy Club. Who's fat? They're not fat. It's just fat. I'm not going there. Will you just stop? The Fat Cat. Couldn't think of a different name. No, that's what happened to the big dog. There's nothing wrong with the big dog. Big Dog Comedy Club. All right, just stop. All right, just saying. All right. We hope to see you over there. So you just got out of jail? That's right. Oh, my God. What jail were you in? New York City. New York City jail. And how did you get out? Last year. Who got you out? De Blasio. The mayor? He said we all had to go. Yes. Oh, my God. I'm going to put him back.
That is hilarious. And you're so good at that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, if I don't, because I start laughing myself at what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I have a headset, so it works.
Right.
Like over here, I'm trying to throw my
Yes.
voice and
Yeah.
keep him alive at the same time.
Well, you did an incredible job there. That is just so awesome. I love it. And and so there's one character, and he's wearing the prison outfit.
Yes.
But you have many, many others.
54.
54.
Yeah, but I don't bring all those guys,
Yeah.
you know. So I have puppets with me that are, each one is made of somebody I've met, really, because that's how you get the personalities.
Right,
You know,
right.
somebody somebody in my family. You know, like you would be a great puppet person. Look at your face.
Davey would be a
Look
good
at that
puppet.
face. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I think you could be awesome. I don't know what you'd be like in a suitcase, but, you know, and where I got to put my hand is a little weird.
Oh, yeah. That could hurt, for God's sake.
You know, I don't want to say anything, but we do bring a special magic grease. You know,
Smitty, he's going to help you find your mojo,
comedian
buddy.
Gemini will be this weekend at Fat Cats Comedy Club. It will be the last of the season, and I mean, you know, get out and laugh.
There's nothing.
Have a
better.
little fun, do a little something.
It's a gift from God.
It really is. It really is. All right, stand by. We're gonna, Davey. Let's do our free money question of the day from Habaika Law Firm. What caller number do you want to go with here this morning, Davey?
9.
Caller number 9. Ninth caller through the lines will give you a chance to win some cash and some other stuff as well. Plus, we'll have tickets to one of the shows this weekend that you could check out with the legendary comic Gemini. 734 315-736-0186. Ninth caller takes a shot at winning here next on WIBX.
Are you considering buying an electric vehicle or a plug-in hybrid? Wouldn't it be nice to just fuel up at home with an EV charging station? Potentia is helping to make the convenience of charging easier for your home and your business. As a leader in green electrical projects, Potentia has completed hundreds of large sustainable commercial projects across New York State and are now getting into the residential market. No more stops at the gas station. Charge at home conveniently and economically. With New York State's zero emissions mandate by 2035, Potentia can help design, supply, even install residential and commercial EV charging systems at your home or your business. From permitting and design through the complete installation, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3 with a turnkey EV charging solution with various packages and options available. They guarantee your satisfaction with all their products and their workmanship. Visit Potentia at 4685 Middle Settlement Road, New Hartford. Give them a call at 315-765-6184 or view their website at potentiamanagement.com.
Hi, this is Tom Cole from Gates Cole Insurance with exciting news. We're expanding with a couple of new offices in our area. One new location is Tall Pines Insurance in Boonville. They're another independent insurance agency that takes pride in making customers happy. That fits our culture at Gates Cole perfectly. Here's Greg Lee from the newest Gates Cole location, Tall Pines Insurance in Boonville.
The reason why I got into insurance was I wanted to allow my father the opportunity to retire and give back to my community. You know, we had the Boonville fire that wiped out a large area down here for us a few years ago, and so we showed up at the fire. You know, we were right there, ground zero with our insureds, who made sure that they were taken care of quickly. You know, we were able to get people the money that they needed to cover their expenses from that loss.
For insurance for your home, auto, business, and just about everything else, trust your local independent insurance agency, Gates Cole Insurance, proudly representing Finger Lakes Fire and Casualty Company of Trumansburg, New York.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/radio. That's forhims.com/radio for your free online visit. forhims.com/radio.
All right, let's talk about what ails you. If you're having some health issues and you're looking for a new family doctor, well, I got to say to you that the Falcon Clinic is accepting new patients. In fact, we were just there with some family members yesterday. And I have to say, if you're maybe having an issue with something, you're just not feeling well, maybe there's something wrong and you've gone from doctor to doctor and nobody can figure it out, it's amazing, Dr. Shemaleski, what he can accomplish because he leaves no stone unturned. It's really quite incredible. A thorough examination, and as Dr. Zielinski as well. If you're looking for a new family physician to help guide you through your health needs and requirements, it's the Falcon Clinic, all under one roof. There's counselors, acupuncture, and, of course, it's the premier osteopathic medical clinic in the area, and they're accepting new patients right now. You do not need a referral. Just call them today at 315-507-4751 or visit them online at thefalconclinic.com. The Falcon Clinic is located in Washington Mills, accepting new patients, 315-507-4751.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, I have a bunch of stuff to squeeze in here. We have comedian Gemini, who's in studio. We have some others in studio we'll introduce coming up in a second. I have secret audio from behind the scenes of the Jerry Springer Show. Oh, sure, it comes out now after he dies. And something that happened at the White House yesterday that is just, I can't wait to, I haven't heard it yet, but it is blowing my mind. And we're going to do that coming up in a second. Audio from the White House. You're going to love this.
Okay, if you say so.
Sean in Boonville. Hello, Sean. Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning.
Morning. I got to get that accent down a little better. The
You
dialect.
got to say hi to RV, though, right off the bat.
Well, RV, it's funny. I've not heard from RV recently. So hello, RV, as well. All right, here we go, Sean. You know the deal. This is from the Habica Law Firm, Joseph and Andrew Habica, at 315-724-1600, and you'll have 7 seconds to answer. I feel like this is doable. Pick the first thing that comes to your mind that seems to work best for this contest. Are you ready, Sean?
Ready.
All right, here's your question. What is the name of the biggest technology company in South Korea? Ready, go.
Ooh, Sanyo, Mitsubishi. What's another one? Toshiba.
Toyota. You said every one except for Samsung.
Oh, okay.
Samsung.
Oh, I was looking at the microwave. It's right in front of me.
And you know, that used to be the TV. If you bought a Samsung TV, people would be like, that's garbage. Why would you buy garbage? But today, Samsung is one of the top-rated televisions that you can get. Okay, Sean, we're going to give you the all-in-one food and fun card, which is good at Aquavino, Babe, 72 Tavern and Grill, Taylor and the Cook, and any of the concession stands at the Adirondack Bank Center or Nexus. It's a $25 gift card. And we'll give you, it's our last weekend at Fat Cats Comedy Club. We'll give you a table for 6 for tonight or tomorrow night. You get to pick. Davey's going to take care of you on all of this. Sean, have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What's that? Oh, yeah, do that now if you could, Davey. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's Sean in Boonville. That was a big, that was a brand nobody would want, Samsung.
Yeah, they did have a bad rap out of the gate.
It's the big one.
It's like the Hyundai.
You're right.
Just like the Hyundai. Nobody wanted that car.
Now look at it.
Well, they give the best anything breaks on it, people could go. You could steal the tires and they'll take it back.
It is. It's like an 800,000-mile warranty or something. I mean, it's crazy.
It was the first car I ever bought brand new. It was a Hyundai Accent. Bill, I'm telling you, I'd sit in this car. First of all, I'm a large person. I could crank it. I got all. There was no electric.
Yeah,
I got the cheapest package they could, but it was a 100,000-mile warranty. I could crank the window closed on the passenger side just by simply leaning over. I could still do it when I was driving, and I'd roll it down and I'd ash out the window when I smoked out the passenger window. I'm not kidding. But my mother said, that car's way too small for you. I said, Ma, 100,000 miles. Anything goes wrong. And she said, okay, yeah. And I loved it. I'll tell you what, I sold that car when we had my son, and it was because Mama thought it was a safety concern for him.
Right,
She's
right.
like, no.
You need
I got
something safe.
rear-ended by a truck one time. The truck bumper fell off. There wasn't even a bend in my rear bumper. I swear.
It just bent back into place.
Sometimes you don't know.
You don't know. The Hyundai. Yeah. You touched on a nerve, Gemini, with Jeff over here on the Hyundai.
He drives.
No, he said, so, that's what people thought. But
Yeah, you're right.
If I saw you drive that big ashtray.
All right. I want to play for you. South Korean President Yoon was at the White House. And he is a huge Don McLean American Pie fan.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. So President Biden invited him on Wednesday. This happened actually Wednesday. This is Wednesday night at the White House State Dinner. Invited him to sing. Do you want to hear what happened? I do have audio for you. This is from Wednesday night at the White House State Dinner. Here we go.
A long, long time ago. I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. Something touched me deep inside the day the music died.
The only thing that would be funnier is if it was Joe Biden singing. I think that would be funny.
We're going to have some pie. I love pie.
Yeah.
Can we get some more pie?
Music died. This North Korea is pointing missiles at you. Guy, I would worry more about your people dying.
You're absolutely right.
Sorry. I didn't know if I should say
Gemini
it.
in studio. We'll do more with Gemini coming up here. He'll be at Fat Cats Comedy Club tonight and tomorrow night. Right now, he's en route, actually traveling on the road this morning. Our very own noon till 3 on WIBX, Jimmy Fallon. Good morning.
Hey, girl.
I gotta say, we're excited. Your tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m. on Ticketmaster.
That's the thing. We're pumped up. Kennedy's pumped up. We were hanging out at Fox last night after Gutfeld.
Yes.
I may or may not still be drunk from that after party, but it's nice to be here. That really quick, that clip you guys just played, because we talked about this on Gutfeld.
Yeah.
Of the South Korean president singing American Pie. It was actually really good.
I was surprised it was so. I expected like something out of a movie, where. Yeah.
I expected William Hung from American Idol. Do you remember the guy?
Better example, much better example.
Yes.
Yeah. And she bangs. That whole thing.
Yeah.
But I was telling Greg last night, I'm like, that guy technically does not win the White House's Got Talent because Bill Clinton was able to convert an intern into a cigar humidor. Very impressive. Sing all you want. That's impressive.
That is it. You're right. You're absolutely right. It just does not compete with that. There's no doubt. I thought it was going to be really funny, a funny clip. Turns out it was actually pretty good. You're right. So tell me, you're doing the show with Kennedy, going around the country, the Laughs and Liberty tour. This audiences are like, I Googled this, and you're all over the country with this show now. This is taken off.
Yeah, it's a hot one. This is the deal. The whole show, just so everybody understands, it's like an episode of Scared Straight for America. Do you remember, people who remember back in the 80s, they had the show Scared Straight where there'd be like some sassy teenager who mouthed off to his parents a lot. So they'd lock him in a prison cell with some guy doing a 30-year bid for killing a family. And, the con would get in his face and scream and yell and make the kid cry. And it was definitely a little aggressive and a little over the top. But what nobody talks about is the kid got straight A's after that.
Important to mention, yes.
Yes. So it's basically a comedy scared straight for America. Kennedy gives you a good talk about freedom and government surveillance and everything else, and tells a lot of MTV stories about hanging out with Nirvana and Michael Jackson and stuff like that. And then, I'll just come on and shoot some jokes about my anatomy out of a cannon, as we do, and it's going to be epic. Like, we're excited.
And, as we said, tickets go on sale today, Ticketmaster.com, and it's the Laughs and Liberty Tour. I think that's what you'd search for. Jimmy Fallon, of course, with Kennedy coming up. So you're traveling. You're on the road this weekend again, right?
Yeah, I'm heading down to D.C. because we have the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which is, they kind of honor all the media people who cover the White House and turn a blind eye when the president's using a cheat sheet or shaking hands with an invisible person. And this is that dinner. So tomorrow night it's televised. The president will speak at the end. And I'm live on TV for 2 hours. Like, I go to the dinner, but then Lawrence Jones covers the event, and I'm like the red carpet correspondent. So, when you see like the Oscars, they have like those Hollywood, Access Hollywood red. I'm like one of those if they were allowed to eat.
I don't know. You've been losing some weight. You're looking pretty good.
Listen, man. You can tell. I'm definitely sucking it in pretty hard.
Yeah.
You know what I do really quick? Is any fat guys listening? There's a fat guy trick for TV. If you match the color of your jacket to the color of your eyes, it's like an optical illusion. For real, it thins you out a little bit on TV. It kind of contours you.
Thanks for that tip.
Yeah,
man.
I got to try that. Boy, Max Scherzer, he's screwed.
Yeah, it's a two-tone jacket.
What if your eyes are always red?
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Funny.
Go ahead, man.
Does that mean look? I can't wait to see what you do at the Correspondents' Dinner. But I'm disappointed because a lot of afternoons I spend my afternoons behind the wheel of my car, and I'm probably not going to leave my house today if you're not going to be on.
Oh, whoa! I'm going to be on.
You are. Okay,
yes,
good.
I'm broadcasting from the D.C. Bureau, it's pretty rad. The Fox D.C. Bureau, right? It's literally like at the Capitol. It's like about 3 feet from the Capitol.
Nice.
But they share the building with NBC and CNN. So you get in the elevator, you might be in with Don Lemon. Well, not with Don Lemon anymore. But you might be in with, Jake Tapper or, Rachel Maddow. Now you're talking to that guy. Anything could happen. So it's kind of an elevator potluck. I'm excited to go down there and be the away team for a day.
So much material, too, you can get out of that.
Yeah, you think about what you're going to see this weekend. Oh, my God. Davey, do you have anything to add? Is there anything you have in there? You all right in there?
No, I've already talked to my buddy.
Yeah, he's already talked to you, Jimmy. He has nothing. He's apparently he has nothing to say. So.
No. Me and Davey caught up when he was screening the call before when he put me on.
Yes.
And Davey's fired up for the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I would take him, but he'd get caught taking upskirt photos of all the Fox ladies.
I'm afraid he would.
And I can't have it. They already fired one Fox guy this week. I can't be the second.
Well, you brought it up, so I got to say, I mean, you know what the biggest phrase has been around this town this week? I think Jimmy's going to get a show now. I think Jimmy's going to get a show. They're all talking about you after the Tucker firing here.
Listen, they to give me a 5-night-a-week show, I don't think they could do that to the hair and makeup team. They'd almost have to double their salaries, but there's definitely a world for real where when all of this shakes out and they reset their lineup, where I really could wind up with a show, which is why I'll be sober on TV tomorrow night as opposed to last year's Correspondents' Dinner. But it won't be me, but it'll be somebody, and I think they're going to figure that out rather quick. Now, here's the story, because a lot of Fox fans I know that are listening, and people are, obviously really mad, because Tucker was the biggest thing on the channel. They're not, for real, I could talk about it on the radio. They're not telling us we're not allowed to talk about it. We just don't know. So the only thing we wind up saying is, Tucker was always good to me. I wish him luck. And it's I think the reason you don't hear more people discussing it is because they don't really know the story.
Right.
So it's there's this one half of social media that's hey, you should all quit your jobs out of solidarity with Tucker. And I'm no, he shouldn't. I'm like, God love the guy. He was great to me, but, he's making like $20, $30 million a year. Like, my wife is selling foot pics on OnlyFans so we can break even with the mortgage.
Yeah.
I don't know that I owe the Carlsons a walkout, but I definitely owe them, well wishes and good vibes.
That's a very good point. And, it's I cannot help but, because it's in the same industry, but, I've lost a few morning radio jobs in my career. And let me tell you, when you get fired, it's a great thing and you feel invincible, right? No one's going to touch me. The station can't survive without me. Fox News can't survive without me. That's what, they're claiming that Tucker Carlson was thinking. But at the end of the day, when it's all over, life just goes on. Everybody stays. Everybody moves up. Things shift around a bit, but life just goes on. And you got it.
It really got.
I feel bad for you. What do we have to buy from your wife? I feel bad, guy.
Jimmy, this is Gemini, comedian Gemini, who's finishing up our season tonight at Fat Cats Comedy Club this weekend. Yeah.
You're damn right he is. Gemini, come on, I'm a big fan from afar, girlfriend.
Buddy, I cannot tell you how much a fan I am to you, bud.
Oh,
I am.
good
so
God, this is turning into a real love-in now.
Yeah, I don't even know how to
All
tell
the
you.
love.
When I heard it was you, I mean, thank you for letting me be a part of it.
This morning at 10 a.m., tickets go on sale for Jimmy and Kennedy at the Stanley Theater. We're really, really excited about it. Continue your travels. We'll be watching this weekend. As you, who are you wearing? Do they make you wear someone?
Yo, the girls have a little more of that. Basically, no. I am wearing, just so you guys know, I'm wearing a pink tux because I'm just trying to blend in.
Okay, all right, that'll blend.
Keep a low profile, nothing too loud. But it's not like a high-end, like I don't fit in any of that stuff, Keeler.
Right. Yeah,
you know
right.
What I'm saying?
You're right. I get it. But I don't know. Yeah. You got the belt, you got the shoes, the boots, you got I mean, you're styling. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, it's going down. Like I said, I'll have a fine outfit from the overweight figure skater collection.
Okay.
It'll be there. You'll see me on the red carpet.
All right, I will be looking for that. Jimmy Fallon, as always, drive carefully, and thank you for the time. Tickets today, 10 a.m., Ticketmaster.com. Thank you.
Yeah, damn right. Bye, guys.
Have a great day. Thanks. And you can check him out this afternoon from D.C. from noon till 3 on WIBX today. Pretty cool.
And would you say 10 a.m. Ticketmaster?
Ticketmaster, 10 a.m. And search for the Laughs and Liberty Tour, Jimmy Fallon and Kennedy at the Stanley Theater coming up on November 11th. It just so happens to be Veterans Day. We'll break and come back here with Gemini in studio on WIBX.
Are you ready to make the most important decision for your child's future? Some are easy, some are not. Some make all the difference, like choosing Notre Dame schools. Offering grades pre-K through 12, your child will be ready to learn and thrive in a challenging atmosphere surrounded by great teachers and the most current technology. Notre Dame offers small class sizes, high academic standards, and spiritual fulfillment. At Notre Dame, we foster an environment of diversity and community. Students feel supported and more confident in achieving their goals. Our students learn from each other and are challenged to grow and develop their innate talents. Notre Dame is faith-based, but everyone is welcome. If you have higher expectations for your child, Notre Dame offers a higher level experience. If you're ready to launch your child's future into the most successful career path and build the next generation of leaders, call today for a tour or visit NotreDameUtica.org. Notre Dame schools ready to learn, destined to lead.
Discover the difference that comes from a financial partner committed to building better tomorrows. I'm Jim McGuire with Baird Private Wealth Management in Utica. As a provider of trusted financial services in Utica, Baird is committed to making the future brighter for you and for our community. That's why we support local organizations like the Women's Fund of Herkimer and Oneida counties and the Capitol Theater in Rome, because we care about Utica. Discover the Baird difference. Visit BairdUtica.com.
Spring has sprung. It's the Strong Spas Factory Store Spring Sale all month long. Sangertown Square. Blowout prices on floor models and factory recertified spas. Clearing out the floor to make room for more. Immediate delivery. It's a spring super sale at Strong Spas. Visit the largest spa showroom in the country. Huge savings. Price to move. See for yourself. Find them in Sangertown Square and ask about their financing options for credit qualified buyers. Get in your spa at Strong Spas. Hurry, these spas won't last.
It's truck season. Are you in the market for a powerful, reliable truck? Check out the 2023 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition at Steve Ponte Chevrolet. With Silverado's robust engine and four-wheel drive capabilities, this truck is built to conquer anything. Right now, take advantage of some incredible incentives. You'll find new roads and save when you get 0% financing for 36 months. Or take advantage of up to $5,250 in total value savings. Is leasing more your style? Get a 3-year, 30,000-mile lease for $487 a month. See why it's always easy to do business at Steve Ponte Chevrolet in Herkimer. Stock number 23098. Purchase must have 2009 or newer Chevrolet in household. $37.50 total rebate plus $1,500 engine credit. Lease offer must have current lease in household. Mileage penalty of 25 cents per mile over 30,000 miles. Offers must qualify top tier through GM Financial. All taxes and fees due on delivery plus $1,000 in first payment due on lease. Must take delivery by 5/1/2023.
Don't wait for spring. Declutter and clean now. You Call, We Haul does it all, offering 14-foot trailer rentals to haul away all that junk. They offer 2-day rentals for $200 plus dump fee. 5-day rentals, $325 plus dump fee. They'll even drop off a trailer to you. Fill the trailer up, and once you're done, give them a call, and they'll haul it all away for you with the first ton on them. Call 315-351-6412 or visit YouCallWeHaulNY.com for your free quote today.
Hey, if you're dealing with pain, you don't have to live with pain. Call the Omni Surgery Center. Dr. Hyder at 315-765-8448. KillPain.com is the website. KillPain.com. And it's amazing as you see people from all over North America, all over the U.S., all over Canada coming to here to have their procedure done. Now, it could be completely non-invasive with injections to get rid of the pain, and it's amazing how precise it is. Or it could be a less invasive surgery. But the pain is not something you have to live with. Go to their website, killpain.com, or call 315-765-8448. Dr. Hyder and the Omni Surgery Center. WIBX, Utica, Rome.
They hit all their designated targets. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what Russia is saying after firing off another missile barrage in Ukraine. That is at one of the sites that got bombed, an apartment building in Uman where rescuers are on the scene. And Russian attacks that have left at least 17 people dead across the country, 3 of them children. Pope Francis, on a visit to Hungary, is calling for creative efforts for peace to end the war in Ukraine. 3 American soldiers are dead after 2 helicopters crashed in midair.
2 U.S. Army helicopters collided near Healy, Alaska, while returning from a training flight. 2 of the soldiers who were killed died at the scene, and a third died on the way to a hospital in Fairbanks. The Army says a 4th is hospitalized. An investigation into the cause of the crash is underway.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Just a month ago, 2 Army helicopters collided in the sky over Kentucky, killing 9 soldiers. We don't know what he said, but former Vice President Pence testified before a grand jury for hours. Fox's David Spunt reports.
This is related to the special counsel probe looking into former President Donald Trump's potential involvement in trying to overturn the 2020 election. Pence said recently he would cooperate with the probe, though he would not discuss his role as president of the Senate on January 6, 2021 itself.
Of course, that's the day of the Capitol riot. In court in New York City, author E. Jean Carroll insisted under cross-examination from a Trump attorney that the former president raped her decades ago, but was pressed on why she doesn't remember exactly when, and Carroll testified she didn't report it because she was afraid of Trump, who Carroll is now suing, alleging he defamed her, denying the allegation. All the while, the former president was campaigning in New Hampshire, the 2024 Republican frontrunner.
That gorgeous, beautiful White House, we have to take it back. We're going to beat them at the ballot box, and we're going to settle our unfinished business.
America's listening to Fox News.
You've heard me discuss how my everyday aches and pains were affecting my daily life before I started taking Relief Factor.
You've also heard me talk to you about how my friends and family have found relief from their aches and pains with Relief Factor. Well, let me tell you about Gary from California. Gary says, I cannot thank you enough. I am 62 years old and have just started taking Relief Factor. I've never felt better and will recommend Relief Factor to all my baby boomer friends. Well, thanks for writing, Gary. 3 weeks from now, you could be doing the things you enjoy doing. Your first step to living the life you love, free from aches and pains, could just be to order the 3-week Quick Start for only $19.95. After trying Relief Factor, over 500,000 people have gone on to order more. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. That's ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. Live your best life and feel the difference with Relief Factor.
Mostly cloudy skies, counting down to some sunshine. A high in the mid-60s today. Right now, though, stuck on 41. This news update is brought to you by Cliff's Local Market. They keep you going. Nearly a month after it was due, Governor Kathy Hochul says a conceptual agreement is in place on the new state budget. The governor saying last night the fiscal plan calls for $229 billion in spending, which is $2 billion more than she had originally proposed. Included, though, are changes to the state's bail reform laws and money to continue cracking down on gun violence. The legislature is expected to vote on the new budget in the next few days. The original budget was due on April 1st. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office continues to investigate a fatality in the county jail yesterday. Officials say the 25-year-old Malik Burnett, who is from New Hartford, was found in an altered state yesterday morning by deputies. A medical team was called in. They administered the overdose reversal drug Narcan. Ultimately, he was taken to St. Luke's Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. Again, the investigation is ongoing. Also, the State Attorney General's Office and the New York State Commission of Corrections is investigating, which is routine anytime a death occurs while in the custody of law enforcement. A former fire chief in Madison County and his wife in serious trouble with the law after being accused of committing sex crimes against an underage girl. The sheriff's office says the alleged incidents involved 53-year-old John Latham and 48-year-old Danielle Latham and happened over the period of 4 years. The couple is now facing several charges. Anyone with information on the case is encouraged to contact the Madison County Sheriff's Office. Former Vice President Mike Pence testifying in a federal probe Thursday about Donald Trump's alleged role in the January 6th Capitol riot. The testimony comes after former President Trump filed an emergency motion to stop Pence from appearing. Reports say Pence testified before a federal grand jury for several hours yesterday. A tourist attraction in California being closed because of possible flooding. The National Park Service says most of Yosemite Valley will be closed from 10 p.m. today through at least Wednesday of next week. The National Park is expected to reach flood stage this weekend, and a Park Service alert says flooded roads and infrastructure will make it unsafe for visitors in Yosemite Valley. Pop star Ed Sheeran is singing on the witness stand to defend himself in a copyright infringement trial. We played audio of this earlier this week. Sheeran has been accused of copywriting parts of Marvin Gaye's 1973 hit Let's Get It On for his 2014 ballad called Thinking Out Loud. Testifying in his own defense, the 32-year-old British hitmaker sang in front of a packed Manhattan courtroom yesterday to demonstrate his own songwriting process. He also played some chords on his acoustic guitar.
Oh, he did. That had to be so cool.
Yeah, it's
like giving a little lesson of, just playing along for the court, and that's just...
Yeah,
that's cheating. That's cheating. He gave him a performance.
I think it could be influential because he'll say, no, I didn't take it. No, this is how I do it. And then he impresses them.
That wouldn't work with every criminal. Just saying.
Yes, if every criminal could only bring their instrument of choice into the trial.
Sex crimes would have a whole party.
I didn't rob the bank. Just put your hands up and let me see that wallet. Yep, give it to me like that. There you go.
Yeah.
Sheeran is expected to testify again today. He's expected to testify again on Monday.
Wow.
Here's your full forecast from Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint.
On Eyewitness News, Chief Meteorologist Craig Flint in the WIBX Weather Center today. Some filtered morning sunshine, then increasing clouds through the day with a few spotty showers developing by the middle of the evening, a high of 62. Tonight, periods of steady light rain, low of 41. And tomorrow, breezy, cooler, steady light rain in the morning, cloudy sky with off and on rain showers likely through the afternoon, high of 53. For more on your local forecast, tune to Eyewitness News at 6 on WUTR. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint on WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM.
All right, I'll do my best to make it quick here. We got comedians telling jokes in here, and I'm stumbling over the newscast. So last night, the Utica Comets lost Game 1 in Toronto against the Marlies. 6-5 was the final in overtime, but a former Utica Comet shined last night. New Jersey Devils goalie Akira, and I'm going to struggle again here with his name.
Sounds like
Schmid. Yeah, but there's no T.
Yeah.
Shut out the Rangers. 4-0 the final for the Devils. Since they made a change and put Schmid in goal, they've won 3 straight games. They were down 2-0 in the series. They now bounce back and hold a 3-2 series lead. The Islanders, meanwhile, hosting the Hurricanes tonight. They hope to win Game 6. That would force a winner-take-all Game 7. The Knicks open round 2 of the NBA playoffs on Sunday afternoon, a 1 o'clock start against the red-hot Miami Heat. The Mets beat the Nationals last night. 9-8 was the final in Flushing. They had to hold off a late rally from the Nats. The Mets now open up a 4-game series against the Braves tonight at Citi Field. The Yankees win their series opener against the Rangers. 4-2 is the final. Garrett Cole got the win. He's now 5-0 on the season. And the NFL Draft. Jets and Giants adding to their defense. The Jets selecting Iowa State linebacker Will McDonald IV. And the Giants took Maryland cornerback Deonte Banks with the 24th pick. The Buffalo Bills had a pick in the first round as well. They actually traded number 27 for 25 with Jacksonville and took a tight end out of Utah, Dalton Kincaid. Draft resumes tonight.
Okay. Davey, things good in there? Things good in there? Hold on. Just sometimes ideas come in your mind. And hold on. Davey Mojo, Time, Life, Greatest Hits. Okay, I got an idea. How's your mojo today, Davey?
Not good.
What's wrong, man?
Yeah, what happened?
Up to the mic. I can't hear you.
I'm just tired today.
What has caused that?
I didn't sleep very well last night.
Okay, all right.
What prevented that?
Nothing. Everything's good.
Okay.
But I just don't have no mojo. I'm just really down today. I'm just tired.
All right. I need that audio for my bit. Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Davey. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That's Davey. You met Davey.
Does he need drugs? 'Cause I just got back from New York.
Yeah, right.
And,
Security is
and a lot of it's legal now.
That is very true. All right. I wanted to, and we'll do more with Gemini coming up. If you get the opportunity, you will have a blast at this show. It is a unique comedy show. It is unique to stand-up. You really are a unique act, and I love that.
Visual, where you were going to see some quick, fast street magic, and the best of all is the ventriloquism where the puppets come alive.
He is so good at that. You said you won awards. We know why, because you're so good at it. And it's a lost art.
It is beyond a question. I think because a lot of the puppets, now since America's Got Talent, 2 of the all-time winners, one was the number 1 guy, and then the young girl who just won just 2 years ago, were ventriloquists.
Yeah.
And, but there's been a lot of guys where it brought it up a little bit.
A bit of a resurgence.
Puppets are a little bit of money, some of the good ones. They can run over $5,000, but I have ones made. They're all made by different artists. Jeff Dunham, if you watch, I have one of the puppets with me that is made by one of the artists that Jeff made. Jeff Dunham's puppets, but the whole face moves, eyebrows, everything.
Right.
It's a little scary being on it. That's what I used to do. We can't hit the children anymore. You can't hit kids. So my son, sometimes he would get out of hand. A little bit on things, and he had a fear of the puppets, so I had no fear sticking that under his bed. You don't want to take the garbage out. Look who's underneath your bed. I would have him standing on his bureau, the dresser, with staring. I would pose him, and so when the kid would wake up, you hear "Ma!" like that, But hey, I never had to hit him.
No. That is so funny. Also tonight and this weekend, and we want to thank Magic Bill Howard, who does stand up close magic before every show.
Great.
He's very excited to see you. But he'll be there all weekend long. You can check him out. Bill does up close magic for any party, for any venue. If you're in need, you can find him under William Howard on Facebook. And Bill would love to come to your party. Now, we're talking about this Sheeran versus Marvin Gaye. And there's a guy, his name is Rick Beto. And Rick is a guitarist. And I've tried to explain why I don't believe this is thievery, right? But it's better to have someone who's really good at it. And this is the clip's not too long, but I want to play a little bit of this, all right? Here he is explaining if it really is, did Ed Sheeran really steal the song from Marvin Gaye? Here's what he says.
So a lot of news organizations have been reaching out to me because the Ed Sheeran Marvin Gaye lawsuit trial has begun, and it's a copyright infringement case based on whether Ed Sheeran appropriated music from Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On in his song Thinking Out Loud. Now, 4 years ago, when it first came up, I made a video about it, and I did a comparison of the verse of the songs, which are similar. Let me play that for you.
Baby,
This is a good mix. This is a good mix right here.
heart could still fall less hard at 23.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, it's close.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about how.
Okay, so what I did between the two tracks is I took the Marvin Gaye track and I transposed it down a half step so they'd be in the same key. But other than that,
you'd play with it a
as
little
you
bit.
can see, the grooves and the vibe of both songs are pretty identical. I also did an analysis of the melody in this section. Let me play that for you. Let's take a look at bar one of Thinking Out Loud. Look at the melody here. So it starts on F sharp as compared to Let's Get It On, which starts on F sharp. But the rhythm of the melody is completely different. You can see that, obviously. There are 16th.
He's showing sheet music here, but it's...
This goes down to F natural here. This bar.
It is really different. Even though it doesn't sound it, it's extremely different.
Measure here, measure 3. Very different rhythm, different notes. Got this triplet figure here as opposed to...
Although I can't read sheet music, so while I play guitar, I don't read music. And so I really don't know what he's showing us. But it does look different to me.
You have this
for what it's worth.
16th note on the and of 2, F sharp to A. And then you have F sharp to G to A here. I mean, but... That's a stretch. There's no comparison between the two melodies. Okay, now, here's where the song differs. Marvin Gaye's song doesn't really have a chorus like the Ed Sheeran song. The Ed Sheeran song actually goes to a different section. Let me play it for you. Chorus. The Marvin Gaye song just stays on that same chord vamp and has the chorus over it. So it's a completely different chorus. So the question here is this stolen from the Marvin Gaye song? Do they...
All right, so have I gone down a rabbit hole and you guys hate this, or are you interested in this?
No, I'm into it.
You're in?
I don't think he stole anything.
I don't think he stole anything either.
They are similar at best.
Yeah. Manaski, you're bored by this.
No. So here's my confusion. There have been songs that have been they've ruled against. Yeah,
because it goes on for another 35 minutes. Are you okay with that?
No, there have been times where artists of today have lost cases because they said they copied the song or whatever.
Right.
And then you listen to the song, and they're not that similar.
This seems similar.
Someone who doesn't know music, I do find it very interesting that you can lay one right over the top of him, and it's almost like he picks up where he left off.
As a DJ, so I did weddings for years. So when the trick was always to take like I don't know, there was like a John Cougar song, "Hurts So Good," that you could put together with, maybe it was Moni Moni, I don't remember, but you'd put them together and you could speed up, use your turntable to speed up one just a little bit, and then you get the beat exactly, and then they're dancing, and you switch right to the other song. Really cool, right? But it doesn't mean that those two songs they stole from, because the chord progression and the beat of the song, you can't steal that. So the question is, did Sheeran steal from Marvin Gaye? Here's an expert with an answer. Are you ready? And then this is almost over. Here we go.
A claim here. This is a really tough area. If you define the song as the melody and lyrics, I would say that the melody and the lyrics are not similar in the verse part, because definitely in the chorus, they're not similar at all. If you consider the song to be, let's say you have the verses and the chorus, and each are weighted 50%, is Marvin Gaye entitled to 25% of the money of the song, right? Or splitting the verse, since the melodies are not the same, but the musical content is really borrowed from Marvin Gaye's. It is. There's just no question about it. The tracks are almost
interesting.
You really can't tell where one changes to the other one, except for the snare is louder in the Ed Sheeran one. That's the only claim they have, is actually to the musical backing track. And is that a valid claim? That's a valid claim if you're going to define it by that. Now, the Blurred Lines case wasn't even close. Those songs were not even close, and they lost the case. I'm not sure what's going to happen in this. Do they owe them some money because it was borrowed from it? Probably, yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. So what they're saying is maybe they don't win the entire case, but they win and you get a little piece of it. So you get a percentage of it. That's very interesting.
Yeah, and I think maybe the Blurred Lines one was one that I was thinking of too, where I don't know. I thought we played samples of the song here on the show, and again, I'm not a musical person. I don't have a trained ear, but I was like, that's not the same thing.
You think everybody's Creedence Clearwater?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anytime we have an unanswered question, CCR.
All right, so it'll be interesting to see what comes of that. Somebody also brought up the other day when we talked about this about Under Pressure and...
I was just going to say Vanilla Ice better go into hiding after this.
But that was a sampling,
But
though.
that was a sample.
Yeah,
they used a sample, so that's how they could... And you can use so many seconds of a song, and it's okay. So completely a different situation. By the way, the person you're hearing in the background here is Josh. Josh has been our MC for 2 years now at Fat Cats Comedy Club.
My second season. Thanks for having me, by the way.
And we thought, seeing it's the last of the season, to have you come in and hang with Gemini, and we certainly appreciate what you do. Also, tonight, I got to say, Josh will not be MCing tonight, but it's a real treat because when Gemini comes out, the host of tonight's show is really a headliner, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Karen Rontowski will be emceeing tonight.
Fantastic. I'm happy
she's all over the country. She's been on Letterman. She's been on. She's had her own shows and all of that. She's a funny comic.
I was thinking about it on my way here too. She opened the season, so it's kind of nice that she gets.
She really did.
MCing. Yep, it was her and Greg for
Greg Martin. Pretty pretty cool. So let's, Davey. As long as we're talking about this, let's give somebody a chance to win a pair of tickets. Make it even better. A table for up to 6 people or whatever they need. First caller through the lines, 315-736-0186. It's tonight and tomorrow night at Fat Cats Comedy Club, 821 at WIBX.
From Lincoln Center Theater that brought you The King and I and South Pacific comes a sumptuous new revival of the most perfect musical of all time, My Fair Lady. The New York Times calls it thrilling, glorious, and better than it ever was. Don't miss the smashing, jubilant Lincoln Center Theater production of My Fair Lady.
Broadway Utica presents My Fair Lady, May 1st and 2nd at the Stanley Theater. For tickets, visit BroadwayUtica.org or call 315-724-4000.
Adirondack Home Furniture knows that when it comes to outdoor furniture, you want something that's comfortable, durable, and stylish. That's why Polywood is the perfect choice. Polywood furniture is made from high-quality materials that are weather-resistant and easy to clean. Plus, each piece is designed with comfort and style in mind, so you can enjoy your outdoor space like never before. Whether you're looking for classic Adirondack chairs, stylish dining sets and sofas, or a beautiful fire pit, Polywood has everything you need to create the perfect outdoor oasis. So why wait? Transform your outdoor space into a place of relaxation, fun, and style with Polywood furniture at Adirondack Home Furniture. Stop in and explore their large selection of Polywood pieces and take one home today. Adirondack Home Furniture does custom orders, delivery, and setup. Stop in today and explore the world of Polywood. Adirondack Home Furniture in the former Riverside Mall, North Utica, or at AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/radio. That's 4hims.com/radio for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/RADIO.
Spring has sprung. It's the Strong Spas Factory Store Spring Sale all month long. Sangertown Square. Blowout prices on floor models and factory recertified spas. Clearing out the floor to make room for more. Immediate delivery. It's a spring super sale at Strong Spas. Visit the largest spa showroom in the country. Huge savings. Price to move. See for yourself. Find them in Sangertown Square and ask about their financing options for credit qualified buyers. Get in your spa at Strong Spas. Hurry, these spas won't last.
Inflation is nothing more than legalized theft, because with every new round of money printing, the value of your 401k or IRA is decreased through the dilution of the money supply. Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and while you can, I highly recommend you consider physical gold for your retirement account. Why? Because gold provides real wealth preservation that can withstand anything. Even better, with a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group, you pay no penalties or taxes when you transfer your current retirement funds. To learn more, text the word HEDGE to 989898. And my friends at Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold IRA company I trust, so text HEDGE to 989898 to request your free info kit right now.
We invest in Herkimer and Oneida counties. We work with the community to make things better for old and young alike. Today, tomorrow, and in the years to come. Every day, we put the community's long-term savings to work. Who are we? We are the Community Foundation of Herkimer and Oneida counties. FoundationHOC.org. We're your community foundation, working to build a vibrant region with opportunity for all.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, the official copy of the Keeler in the Morning radio program. I got this song right here. Did you hear that bumper song? We got to get rid of it. The one with Yoko. That's what's, there's some copyright company in Russia that keeps dinging us on YouTube and shutting down the channel. So kill Yoko. Don't take that out of context. What was I talking about? Oh, Daylight Donuts, the official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program. Over 14 different flavors of lattes, delicious. And, of course, the coffee is just incredible. Seattle's best coffee every single morning. The drive-thru is quick and easy. You're in and you're out and you're on your way. It's Daylight Donuts. Chuck Sedella and the entire crew over there ready to take care of you. And if you're on your way to work, maybe bring in for everybody a box of coffee or bagels and donuts made fresh every day. It's Daylight Donuts in the village of New Hartford. All right. Okay. Hello, Dan.
You want me to sit right here?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. You're going to run things for us. All right.
I could do this.
Yeah. Get right up close to that mic and say hello.
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 Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming in. And so we have a big announcement here.
We do.
As you're ready to announce the next Broadway Utica schedule.
We are, yes.
So first of all, next week you have 2 shows, right?
We do. We have My Fair Lady in the beginning of the week, and then Legally Blonde for one night on Thursday.
Okay, all right.
So big week ahead.
All right, tell me what you have coming up. This is going to be big.
Yes. So the shows that we have this year have never been on the Stanley stage. So for 65 years, Broadway Theater League has been around. And we do a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but several repeats and just different titles because they're classics and they sell well.
Right.
So this is a big risk for us, but they're great titles. It was a lot of work. It's been about 2 years in the making. We start off in October with Pretty Woman. And that's teching here. So they're going to move in the middle of September.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, and then kick off their national
tour.
tour.
So for those who don't know the tech term, it means that they're basically, before they open, they're coming up, they're setting up shop, they do rehearsal. You might be in the middle of the show. They might stop and say, maybe have some conversation and then start up that scene again.
Correct.
It's rare, but it does happen.
It does happen, and it's really a beautiful process to see. I'm hoping that now that we're through COVID and somewhat of a new normal, that we'll be able to invite people in over those couple of weeks to really see what goes in, especially the school groups and stuff like that who support us. And but it's a technical rehearsal. They're using our stagehands, up to 70 men and women at some times. That's the first time that the whole cast and crew have been together. So actors and actresses may be together in New York rehearsing, and lighting may be being done somewhere else. So everybody comes together for the first time.
Yeah, it's cool to see.
It's incredible. And then the Share Show will come in February. We have Come From Away, which is personally my favorite. It's about everything that happened on 9/12, so the day after 9/11.
Oh, that's really
when the
interesting.
planes were rerouted into Canada. So it's amazing. We have Mean Girls in May, Tina Fey, so that needs no introduction.
Yeah,
and
that'll
then
be big.
To Kill a Mockingbird, which has really been my baby. It's coming in next June, but this was the hardest one to secure. It's a play, so that's different as well. It's a big risk. It's a controversial title. I think it's an important title, and we're really proud of the messaging, and we're hoping to open it to schools for a matinee and a private showing.
Okay, cool.
Did you have to change any of the writing or anything?
No.
Coming in? So you did the original?
It's the,
Good
yes.
for you, girl.
Yep.
Good for
Yep.
you.
So
that's awesome.
We're proud of that one. We try and have something for everybody. We have 2 bonus shows so far secured. Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which has been here
Kids
before.
love it. Yep.
Kids love it. And Little Women, which is another generational favorite and great for our youth and all generations of the theater.
All right, that's awesome. Talk about tickets and subscriptions and all that stuff.
So subscribers can renew after, it'll be about May 8th or after that. Their invoices will be mailed to them. They'll have about 8 weeks to renew, change their seats, and then we will be accepting new subscribers right around July. So once we get through all those renewals, we will be welcoming new patrons.
Nice.
And everything will be on sale by Christmas, but Pretty Woman will go on sale first in August. So BroadwayUtica.org for anything when it comes to subscriptions. And like I said, we actually have 3 shows left: My Fair Lady, Legally Blonde, and Jesus Christ Superstar. So all that information is right on our website.
All right, very, very cool. Listen, we were at this was really cool. When we traveled. My daughter was going to school in London, so we went to see her. And we went to a show while we were there. They did this thing where when you walked in, you paid $20 and you became a VIP, just like that. And they took your jacket. They gathered everybody up. You went up into a special room. They brought you drinks, the whole thing. And it was an old building, very much like the Stanley Theater. It might be something for, a little upsell. And, you give people the royal treatment.
We have been, so with the COVID restrictions, Broadway sets a lot of our limitations. So we're hoping that stuff like that comes back. And we did talk to the Stanley Theater about maybe even doing something for our subscribers up in the mezzanine that's available for a couple shows throughout the season, private little cocktail reception, early entry. So we're excited to bring some new add-ons to the theater experience.
And do they still do at one point during COVID? Weren't they doing at the Stanley where you could use an app and you could bring a drink or a snack right to your seat?
Yeah, we don't do that for the Broadway shows.
Not for Broadway.
Yeah.
We get everybody, interrupt the show.
Yeah, and there's late seating holds, and the doors can't be open, lights can't be on. So we don't do that. But, yeah, that's a great feature that the Stanley has for a lot of other programming.
All right, good stuff.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you realize we did this entire thing. I didn't ask you a single question about the school board.
You can.
Oh, I can't.
If you want. I mean.
I'll only say this. It's been, there's a lot going on. And it does seem, and I don't want to pick sides here, but it does seem like this board is taking the district in a positive direction.
I would like to think that we are. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a volunteered position. We are all extremely passionate. I believe that everyone on the board. But at the end of the day, too, I'm a parent. And I'm a resident. So I think I look at it in a couple different ways. So these last couple months have been very trying as a board member, but even harder as a parent.
Yeah. So you haven't gotten rich off this yet, the board, being a board member. That's what people say. Oh, they're doing it because they're getting rich off this.
Yeah. Well, somebody asked me, like, oh, what are you going to do over spring break now that you don't have the school board because school's closed? I'm like,
yeah.
I think that's when most of our phone calls happen.
You're pretty busy. Yeah.
Yeah, when everyone's out of school. So, yeah, no, not rich yet, but.
Well, all I can say is you guys, anybody who volunteers for a position like this, should be commended. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And you guys are doing a lot over there.
We are. We're working hard, and it's for all the right reasons.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's 8:33.
Thank you, everybody.
Quick break, and we'll come back here and wrap it up with our man, Gemini, who will be at Fat Cats this weekend. Phenomenally funny. You will love him. Karen Runtowski will be emceeing tonight. Check her out as well. We'll come right back at WIBX.
Hi, I'm Pete from Big Apple Music, and whether it's your home or business, you have a lot invested. In the past, a camera surveillance system was an expensive luxury. Big Apple has now made it affordable. Big Apple is the area's leader when it comes to camera surveillance systems, having installed hundreds locally in homes and businesses. Big Apple is New York State licensed for security and camera surveillance, with most of our products sourced from American companies. Featuring Starlight Night Vision, our cameras dollar for dollar have the best night vision available. A camera surveillance system can offer full property coverage. It prevents and reduces crime, monitors high-risk areas like parking lots and showrooms, and Big Apple has a fully set-up showroom to give you real-time, realistic demonstrations of just how great a camera system can be for you. Stop in and see for yourself at Big Apple Music in New Hartford.
If you need a tractor that's small but mighty, Clinton Tractor has what you're looking for. The New Holland Workmaster 25S subcompact tractor is economical with deluxe comfort, and the simple two-pedal operation makes it easy to mow, load, dig, and grade. And qualified buyers can get low-rate financing on a New Holland Workmaster 25S. See them for details or at clintontractor.net.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
Cliff's Local Market is proud to be your convenience store that keeps you going. We are locally owned and operated by Clifford Fuel, and we're proud to offer local products like Utica coffee with fresh brewed dark Adirondack, along with a seasonal flavor. At Cliff's, you can find Dippin' Donuts, sauce from It's a Utica Thing, and cheeses from River Rat and Grassy Cow. Cliff's Local Market has your favorite pizza made fresh all day with dough from Utica, made to order subs, wraps, and salads, and other healthy local choices. Cliff's Local Market, we keep you going.
Power Sports of Utica is holding its grand opening event on the 28th and 29th of April. We have over 350 vehicles in stock and incoming for you to see. Come celebrate with us at the store over great food, drink, and entertainment. We can't wait to see you there. It's our Power Sports of Utica grand opening April 28th and 29th with over 150 new and used Harley-Davidsons in our pool. 0% down, 3.99 APR on select Harleys. Grand opening discounts on boots, helmets, shirts, and apparel.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
You didn't hear the bumper music, the Yoko bumper music is what keeps getting us dinged on YouTube.
Are you serious?
Yep. It's a Russian.
I'll take it out of the rotation.
Take it out because it's some Russian rock band that they keep, and then we end up having to pull the show down, or they pull it down for us. Yeah.
Yeah, they do it for you.
In studio this morning, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, comedian, the one and only Gemini.
I can't believe you have to pull down a Yoko song.
Well, it's really not Yoko, but it's in the style of Yoko. One would say, I can't believe anyone in the world would do a song in the style of Yoko, right?
But those Russians.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Now we know they're really bad. Manaski has some comments here this morning.
Yeah, just a couple I'll get to quickly via the WIBX 950 mobile app. You can send a question or comment anytime during the show. Ralph says, this cat sounds like Filbert from Rocco's Modern Life. Please have him say, I'm nauseous.
I just want this gentleman to know that I have many puppets, and one happens to be a turtle. And that turtle always says, I'm nauseous.
And if you want to hear so Filbert is on, it's a Nickelodeon show, right, Josh?
Rocco's Modern Life. Yep.
Yeah. And I listened to it, and the way your roller coaster patterns of speech, that's quite similar to the turtle.
Yes.
It is. All right, what else do you have?
Maybe they stole it from me.
I think they did. They owe you
I
money.
think we should put it up against each other, and like we did with the other guy.
We were doing shows before Rocco was on.
That's right.
I don't know. You know, that's true.
There's money in this for you.
This is from City Comptroller Bill Morehouse. He said after a segment earlier this morning, what a great way to start your weekend. This guy is hilarious.
He really is. You know, it's funny because my kids, my oldest son, who's no longer around here, saw that you were coming back and has your picture autographed 8x10 and remembers when you did that matinee kids show 20 years ago, 22 years ago, something like that.
You tell him I want that back.
I will.
You know what I mean?
I will.
After this lawsuit with the Russians.
That's right. You're going to get money. You're going to make out really, really well here.
Is he coming to the show?
He's in Denver.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll I don't know, we'll tape it for you or something. I don't know. Earlier this morning we spoke with Jimmy Fallon, who is actually, if you get a chance to check him out, over the weekend he's going to be at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and he'll be doing the red carpet, which is going to be kind of interesting. You can only imagine. And his tickets for the Laughs and Liberty show with Jimmy Fallon and Kennedy from Fox News Channel. The tickets go on sale today at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
And if you missed the segment earlier this morning, Jimmy did say, because I was concerned about this, he actually will be live noon to 3 today. He'll be live from D.C., but I hate it on Friday when sometimes he's not there because he's traveling to a show. And he'll be live today, though, this afternoon right here on the station from noon till 3.
Well, he wasn't going to be, but Davey demanded it. Right, Davey? Is that how it went down?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you're going to do the show today.
I just want everybody to say, have a nice weekend. I got to go so I can be the first one in line at the Stanley.
Oh, you don't want to buy them on you can buy them at the box office.
I know. I want to stand in line, though.
You're going to stand in line.
I want to be the first one.
Oh, send me a picture.
I got to go.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. We'll be leaving soon.
Yes.
I don't think they open till 10 o'clock, do they?
Yeah, but I want to camp out.
Oh, you're going to camp out. Okay. There's Davey. We'll break and wrap this Friday morning up for Davey coming up in a second. Hold tight. 8:40 at WIBX.
Adirondack Home Furniture knows that when it comes to outdoor furniture, you want something that's comfortable, durable, and stylish. That's why Polywood is the perfect choice. Polywood furniture is made from high-quality materials that are weather-resistant and easy to clean. Plus, each piece is designed with comfort and style in mind, so you can enjoy your outdoor space like never before. Whether you're looking for classic Adirondack chairs, stylish dining sets and sofas, or a beautiful fire pit, Polywood has everything you need to create the perfect outdoor oasis. So why wait? Transform your outdoor space into a place of relaxation, fun, and style with Polywood furniture at Adirondack Home Furniture. Stop in and explore their large selection of Polywood pieces and take one home today. Adirondack Home Furniture does custom orders, delivery, and setup. Stop in today and explore the world of Polywood. Adirondack Home Furniture in the former Riverside Mall, North Utica, or at AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, it's 8:42 Friday morning going into, it's going to be really nice today, as a matter of fact. I mean, we're going to get some sun and clouds, but as the day goes on, it will cloud up and then some rain. And then really for the next, 10 days in the forecast, at least right now, is rain.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. Like I said, I got a game every day. I got a game this afternoon, too. I'd tell you where it was, but Stefan would show up. So
He would. Manaski is now umpiring high school games. Pretty cool. Evan Brown on the line right now from Fox News. I want to get the latest. You saw that DeSantis is doing his tour around Europe. And in the midst of all of this is the controversy over Disney. Evan Brown from Fox News. Good morning. What do we know about this one?
Good morning. Yeah, so Walt Disney is now suing the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, over the move by the state government to undo the special self-governing district that Disney has enjoyed for the better part of, 70 years with regard to Disney World. So this is the latest chapter in the battle over Florida's law that stops the teaching of gender issues and sex issues to young elementary school-aged children, something that Disney was vocally objecting to, and something that the then CEO of Disney, Bob Chapek, who's since been removed from that job, vowed to use Florida's political prowess here in the state to try to get the law overturned. And so that was responded to by the legislature revoking all their special privileges, which they've enjoyed for a long time. And so now Disney World, under this new arrangement, is subject to things like inspections of their rides. You know, the state, there's a state authority that inspects carnival and amusement park rides.
Right.
It does so all over the state, except all these years for Disney. And so now they'll be, subject to those types of things. Disney says they're being unfairly targeted in violation of their First Amendment rights. And so they're suing in a federal court in Tallahassee, where coincidentally, or maybe not coincidentally, the appointed judges, I believe, are entirely that of Barack Obama's and Bill Clinton's.
So I don't know the full details.
But sometimes, which, by the way, sometimes means something, other times doesn't. We're finding out in the courts these days.
When you talk about this situation that they had, it kind of reminds me, and I don't know the full details, but almost like a sovereign nation, almost kind of like the Turning Stone Resort, where we have certain rules, but we're only subjected to certain state rules. We have our own police department, that type of a thing.
Well, kind of. I mean, as a former one-time Oswego student, yes, I'm very aware of Turning Stone.
Okay.
Al Roker's up there this morning. He's,
I heard about that. Yeah. So anyhow, they're their most favorite alum.
Yes.
But it's similar to that. Now, Turning Stone, of course, is operated by Native Americans. There's that kind of reservation that have their own special setup because they're a reservation. Here in Florida, we've got those too. But this is a little different. Disney's not on Native American land. It was on purchased land that they arranged for special consideration from the state way back when. And through this entity called the Reedy Creek Improvement District, it gave handful of landowners, of which the majority was Disney or some kind of subsidiaries, governing power, and to the point that they were able to build their own power plants, their own transportation infrastructure, so on and so forth, which most people were pretty okay with because it made sure that the surrounding Orange and Osceola counties did not have to foot the bill for that. But, of course, through all these years, there's billions of dollars of debt that Disney has on the development of that land. And so the concern was that if they just simply disbanded the special district, that those two counties and their residents and taxpayers would have to take on that debt. The creation of a succeeding board that's handpicked by the governor and the legislature ensured that debt transfer never happened.
Right. This is, I think it's going to be very interesting because there, obviously DeSantis, most Republicans would support the things that DeSantis does. However, there are a lot of Republicans who are Disney Club members, who are like, Evan, and I know you know this if you're down in Florida, that Disney people are, the serious ones are really big Disney people. When they vacation, they only vacation on Disney properties, and they love Disney. So it is very interesting to see how public opinion is going to swing with this issue.
Well, look, I think a lot of people are able to separate in their heads the difference. Look, I'm the first one to tell you Disney is an incredibly fun place to go visit and to bring your kids. To go even as an adult. I mean, my first big date with who became my wife was at Disney.
Right.
So, it's an incredible place. It really is. And their customer service is just, unmatched. And we've had wonderful times there. There are a lot of people who have questioned the way they operate as a business. And certainly when their CEO said, "Oh, watch us, we can affect legislation in Disney and push the will of the legislature and make them not follow the will of voters," that rang the wrong way with a lot of people. So here they are.
It's almost like an employee saying, "I'm invincible." We see it in radio, but obviously it was a story this week. You're right. It's almost like they were taunting DeSantis and the Florida government. So going to be very, very interesting how this whole thing turns out. Evan Brown, as always, we appreciate your insight. Thank you.
You got it. Take care.
All right, have a great weekend. Did not realize that he was from Oswego.
I did not either.
No. Anyway, all right. What do you have? You have something? You look like you have something. I know there's an event that you want to talk about.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll do it here. So I wanted to mention, and thanks for giving me just a minute or so to talk about this. I don't mean to bring the mood down, but something very serious this weekend and very close to me. A member of my family, Amanda Bronya, originally Amanda Allinger, has a very rare form of cancer, and she's been battling it for a couple of years now. And the problem is that it's so rare and unique, they don't know how to fight it. They don't know how to treat it. So she's tried a few different therapies. She's still undergoing them now, but there is a benefit for her family. She is married. She has 2 beautiful children, and making matters even worse, like if that's not bad enough, we just lost her mother, I'll say a year and a half, 2 years ago, to cancer. So when we got the news that she was fighting this form of cancer, it was like, you have to be kidding me. It's just completely surreal. She's young. She's beautiful, amazing mother. I want to say she's 37 years old, 36. She's about a year or two younger than me.
Yeah.
And we're having a benefit for her tomorrow. It's from 3 to 6 at the New Hartford Legion. Anyone's welcome to come. They got incredible prizes. They're doing raffles and everything. They're trying to raise money. She was told several months ago that they gave her up to 2 years to live because, again, they struggle with treating this. It's so rare. It's not like some of the cancers we talk about often where there's a blueprint to how you attack this.
Yeah.
And I'll be there tomorrow, again, 3 to 6, New Hartford Legion. I can't wait to see her. And it's just one of those things that's surreal, and we're going to do everything we can.
Where is the place?
It's called the New Hartford Legion.
How far is it from?
Oh, it's only about 10 minutes away, not even.
So anybody could go. I could
Absolutely,
go if I
sure.
wanted to go and see you over there.
Absolutely.
And just stop in and say hello to. What a good cause. Okay,
Oh,
good.
thank you very much, Gemini. Again, tomorrow 3 to 6, they got all kinds of stuff. Everybody, that's my father's side of the family. Everybody on that side of the family is an excellent cook from my father on
they're
down.
all cooks, yeah.
So it's $25 a ticket, $45 for a couple. Please stop over if you can and support.
All right. pretty.
Thank you.
It's tough. These things are very difficult. But you know what? The idea is for everybody to get together, have a good time, and for raising money and all of that. That's the goal, right?
Yes.
Yep. All right. Let me tell you a couple of things here that I want you to know about. This morning, Jimmy Fallon, we mentioned earlier. He'll be coming to town on November 11th, which is Veterans Day, for the Laughs and Liberty Tour. Davey is already getting ready for it. You okay?
Yeah.
All right. You can't leave till 9, though. He's going to be waiting in line this morning.
I kind of got my mojo back after hearing from Jimmy.
I hear it. I can hear it in your voice, man. Tickets go on sale today at Ticketmaster.com. Ticketmaster.com. Am I okay to keep going?
Yes.
All right.
Take it to the top.
Jerry Springer. So we learned that Jerry Springer has passed away, and he was 79 years old. I want to play just a little bit of a montage of some of the stuff that ended up on the Jerry Springer Show, and you can check it out right here. Here we go.
I am the father of the destruction of Western civilization.
Our show is as silly, crazy, outrageous, sometimes as stupid as you can get. I was hired to be a ringleader of a circus. It's a lot of fun. It's a great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
There's never been a moment that I ever thought I was better than the people who appear on our stage. I'm not better, only lucky. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Last night on NBC Nightly News, NBC Nightly News, they were doing, Lester Holt ends his program. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Lester Holt ends his program every night by saying, take care of yourself and each other, right? Last night he admitted that, he had to admit it because the last clip was Jerry Springer saying, take care of yourself and each other, or take care of yourselves and each other. Turns out that wasn't Lester Holt's line. Turns out it was Jerry Springer's line. So that was admitted last night. Anyway, Springer comes up with some secrets, some little-known facts about the Jerry Springer Show, like how he got the job and what really caused fights on the show. He was being interviewed by about his show because at the time he was promoting a new show called Judge Jerry, and that's what I think you were talking about earlier, is he later in his career became a judge. Here he is talking about the secrets of the Jerry Springer Show.
The company that owned our station owned talk shows. Phil Donahue, Sally Jesse Raphael. Phil was getting ready for retirement. The CEO took me to lunch one day and said, we're starting another talk show, and you're going to be the host. I knew going in every day they were going to hand me a circus, so I couldn't pretend to be upset about it. People obviously enjoyed it, or they wouldn't have watched, and people enjoyed being on. They volunteer to be on. They call us. You can't call someone and say, hey, will you be on the Jerry Springer Show? They'd hang up on you.
Sure they would. Jerry Springer was on Joy Behar's talk show, and she asked him how many of the fights on his show are staged. Kind of wonder about that. This was his answer.
How much of these fights are staged exactly? Come on.
No. If you're there, you see it's real. Now, they don't hurt each other. They pull each other's hair. I mean, there's security there. No one really gets hurt. But, no, they're really angry. Honestly, you could put these same people on Oprah, and they would behave perfectly well. It's that the only way you get on our show is by calling the show. The only way you know our number, we're not in the phone book, is by seeing the number on the screen, which means you have seen the show 100 times before to memorize it.
Yeah.
So
it's showbiz, and they all know it.
I don't know. I think there was a lot of, I know of people who may have been comics or may have been actors who ended up on that show. I'm not sure. Here is Springer on the comment of the father of destruction of Western civilization. You heard that a second ago.
I am the father of the destruction of Western civilization. Look, my show is stupid. It has no redeeming social value. It's an hour of escapism. But at least our show is reality. What we call reality shows today, it really isn't reality. And what I mean by that is it may be unscripted, but it's not reality. What you do is you create a situation that didn't normally exist.
Okay, and one more clip from Jerry Springer. He delivered the top 10 list on The Late Show with David Letterman a long time ago. It was the top 10 things I learned from Dancing with the Stars on Letterman. Here we go.
Number 5.
The definition of star is really loosened up.
Yes, I would think so. Number 4.
This might be why the terrorists hate us.
Number 3.
I have a whole new respect for the exotic dancers on my show.
Well, good. It's about time. Number 2.
If there's one thing more exciting than being on Dancing with the Stars, it's no longer being on Dancing with the Stars.
And the number one thing I have learned from Dancing with the Stars.
I need a new agent.
There he goes, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. Anyway, Jerry Springer dead at the age of 79. So that part of our history is gone. Before we leave, Josh is the MC at Fat Cats. And what do you want to plug here? I see you've got a little note card.
Yeah. I just wanted to. First off, thanks again for having me on.
I'm glad you made it in.
The season. I'm excited to be wrapping up my second season at the club. We've got shows tonight with the fantastic Gemini at 7:30, and then tomorrow at 7:00 and 9:15. Karen Rontowski is going to be hosting for us tonight. I'll be hosting tomorrow. But just a reminder, even though the club is going to be down for the summer, we will still be doing stage time trivia every single Thursday at Fat Cats at 6:30 p.m. I'm going to be hosting that all summer long. This coming Thursday, May 4th, is Star Wars trivia. It's our normal setup, but with all Star Wars questions. $20 to register for you and a team of up to 10 people, and Fat Cats is almost sold out. We've got 3 tables left last time I checked, so get on those while you can. We've also got Cavallo's, and if you're in the Syracuse area, we will be at Aloft as well.
Very cool.
Nice.
Good stuff, man. Gemini is the comedian in studio here this morning, and he's brought along your friend here.
I have they're all friends. I have many different puppets, and my favorite animal puppets, surprisingly enough, is not a turtle, like that man. You know, can't believe him. Makes me nauseous.
That was Ralph.
His little Nickelodeon friends, but this one is a puppy dog that I kind of had at one time, and it's amazing because if you're watching on the YouTube or station here, how these puppets become alive. And if your dog, you know, I mean, you could have a cat, everybody, you could have a cat, but a cat has such an attitude. It's unbelievable. You could take a cat and you could just throw it. It just lands, looks back, and goes, I was going that way anyway. But a dog is your love. It comes home. And that's why I brought this. And if your dog could just talk, what would he say? How much he loves you. How much he loves you. How much he wants you. I got to go to the bathroom. All right, don't worry about it. No, I got to go. All right, get a bag. I'm not getting a bag. He always leaves a piece. I do not leave a piece. The neighbor watches. Will you just stop? If the neighbor's watching, he leaves a piece. Will you just? I kick it all around. Why you just? It's the law. Will you? Okay, he's one of the friends that will be on the thing.
That is awesome. Gemini is at Fat Cats this weekend. Go to fatcatscomedyclub.com for details and check it out.
So good. So good.
Really looking forward to this show. I'm so glad you're up here, man. It's been over 20 years since he first performed up here. Really.
Thank you. I'm just, I want to rock it out, buddy. I want to rock it out.
Fatcatscomedyclub.com. Check it out. Shows tonight and tomorrow night. Hey, gotta go. We're back here Monday morning. Enjoy your weekend.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX 950 Utica, Rome, W295DI Utica, Rome, your news, talk, and sports leader, a Town Square media station.
It's now up to at least 19 people dead in Ukraine. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. After Russia's missile barrage. Those are air raid sirens in the capital, Kyiv, where they did shoot some missiles down. Others hit. One went into an apartment building in the city of Uman, where most of the deaths took place. A toddler, 2 10-year-old kids among the casualties.
The attacks come just after NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg announced allies have trained and equipped over 30,000 Ukrainian troops, and NATO has given
over 1,550 armored vehicles, 230 tanks,
and other equipment.
Stoltenberg says all this should put Ukraine in a strong position to retake occupied territory.
Fox's Jill Nato. The U.S. is putting new sanctions on Russia and Iran, demanding they release wrongfully detained Americans.
The Biden administration putting Russia and Iran on notice by demanding the release of Americans and accusing them of wrongfully detaining them. The sanctions go against Russia's Federal Security Service and Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps intelligence organization.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz. 3 American soldiers are dead when 2 U.S. Army helicopters crashed in midair in Alaska. 4th soldier is hospitalized. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson.
The collision took place between Anchorage and Fairbanks. The helicopters were based at Fort Wainwright near Fairbanks. The commanding general of the 11th Airborne Division, Major General Brian Eifler, saying in a statement, quote, "This is an incredible loss for these soldiers' families, their fellow soldiers, and for the division."
Ex-Vice President Pence spent hours testifying before a grand jury investigating former President Trump over his election fraud claims and the Capitol riot. And as Pence testified, Trump campaigned in New Hampshire.
We are a nation in serious decline, a nation that has lost its way. We're led by a hopeless person.
He called the president crooked Joe Biden. America's listening to Fox News.
You've heard me discuss how my everyday aches and pains were affecting my daily life before I started taking Relief Factor. You've also heard me talk to you about how my friends and family have found relief from their aches and pains with Relief Factor. Well, let me tell you about Gary from California. Gary says, "I cannot thank you enough. I am 62 years old and have just started taking Relief Factor. I've never felt better and will recommend Relief Factor to all my baby boomer friends." Well, thanks for writing, Gary. 3 weeks from now, you could be doing the things you enjoy doing. Your first step to living the life you love, free from aches and pains, could just be to order the 3-week Quick Start for only $19.95. After trying Relief Factor, over 500,000 people have gone on to order more. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to find out more about this offer. That's ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. Live your best life and feel the difference with Relief Factor.
From Lincoln Center Theater that brought you The King and I and South Pacific comes a sumptuous new revival of the most perfect musical of all time, My Fair Lady. The New York Times calls